Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
And here we go on a Tuesday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning, right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, not here today. We got our man Austin Ward with us. Although Bob was here this morning, and our fearless leader and producer, Mark the Shark. Hey, Word Sports, happy Tuesday.
He just can't leave here.
No. Well, he's dropping Shark off his wings from Roosters.
Well, I can understand why. Although, again, the second week in a row, I could have just brought them from Roosters to Shark this morning.
No, Bob likes to get in here. We like to have a little mid-morning chat before he says, have fun.
Hand deliver.
Yeah.
What's the flavor Shark gets on
those?
those?
Garlic.
He gets the garlic and flappers only?
Yeah, 10 flappers only.
Yeah, I know that order.
Yeah.
That's what they always tell the waitress. These are for Shark.
These are for Shark. These are Shark's special wings, so don't you touch them. Hey, living buddy, all right?
Awesome.
Good.
Yeah. I feel like the week of mourning has largely passed.
Mourning.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Because this is the morning juice.
Yes.
But we're not mourning still.
Not anymore.
Because the excitement and the juice, I feel like, is returning to Columbus. I don't know if you feel it, but it seems like I know that there are many people that might never get over the loss in the game, but I think there is a raise in the excitement level, knowing that the playoff is real, that it's here, that an SEC team is coming up north. I think people are starting to get ready for it.
Yeah, I would think that after last week, listen, we did basically funeral shows the entire week last week. Right?
Sure did.
I mean, because you look back in that Michigan game, and it was one of the most, if not the most perplexing game plan that we've ever seen in an Ohio State-Michigan game in Ryan Day's tenure, to be frank. Like, what the heck was going on? We're still trying to figure out those answers. People saying, I want no part. I don't want to go to the game. I'm not going to watch the game as long as Ryan Day is employed. Like, yeah, that's your prerogative. You have every right to do that. The amount of text messages that I got, can you get me tickets to the game on Saturday, September 21st against Tennessee, though, would believe myself that people, I won't say have gotten over that loss, because that will sting probably for the rest of your life. Like, that's going to be one that you remember, 2024. Boy, how did that ever happen, right? Like, that's the albatross in the room. But I do feel like the amount of excitement has turned from death, disaster against Michigan to bring on the Volunteers.
But I think that you're going to need to match that energy if you're an Ohio State fan or if you're Buckeye Nation, because I'm getting a lot of texts from an 865 area code about wanting to visit the Horseshoe and Tennessee being excited to be in this game because they have not been relevant in the college football playoff era. They have not been competing for national championships. They've come up short on the national stage for the last 30 years. So they are genuinely excited for that opportunity. They don't really,
as they should be.
They don't have a ton of confidence that they can actually win the game, but they believe their team getting into a playoff and testing themselves in the Horseshoe and all that stuff is worth making the trip for. Now, some of the more realistic ones that are, as again, I'm getting a lot of text messages from those people that I used to know and used to be around. But they say, well, I don't know if I want to sit outside in 30-degree weather and watch Tennessee lose 21-3. And I just said, well, okay.
That's fine.
Don't do that then.
Don't come.
But everyone, the vast majority of them are wanting to embrace that opportunity. So Ohio State fans are going to need to respond in kind, and I think they will.
We're going to get into that coming up in our next segment. We got a great show lined up for here this morning. 6:17, we'll break down the Buckeyes and the Volunteers. 6:30, what did Ryan Day have to say in his press conference after the playoffs matchups were announced? We'll do that coming up here at 6:30 this morning. 7 o'clock, Bengals won a wild one last night in Simpsons land. I was watching part of the Simpsons broadcast, and then I had to turn it off, but I was watching Ralph Wiggums go nuts last night. So we'll do that coming up here, top of the 7 o'clock hour. The hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre, he's going to join the program. You got the Flyers and Torts in town tonight. He's at 7:17. Your favorite pitcher's favorite pitcher, Jensen Lewis, is going to join us at 7:30 this morning. Break down the Soto contract, what the guards are doing in the offseason, what to expect out of Terry Francona's first year as well down in Cincinnati. And then, of course, Uncle Beau. He's going to join us coming up here at 8:30 this morning. No Schlegs this morning. All right. programming note, no Schlegs this morning. He will be on tomorrow at 6:30. So that's what we got to look forward to. Couldn't make it happen today, but he will be on tomorrow. Before we hop into anything else today, it is Tuesday. It's the 10th day of December, 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Mark the Shark.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Happy Tuesday, Sharky.
Happy Tuesday. It is December the 10th, and that means that 2 weeks from tonight, Santa Claus is coming. Get your Christmas shopping done now.
He does it for me.
Santa does all that.
Yeah, he does it for me. I
That's
don't need
true.
to.
Good point. Thanks for correcting me. 1799, the metric system was first adopted in France. Shame on you. They still go by pounds and feet. 1817, Mississippi was admitted as the 20th state of the Union. 1901, the first Nobel Prizes are awarded in Stockholm, Sweden, in the fields of physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, and peace. The ceremony came on the 5th anniversary of the death of Alfred Nobel, the Swedish inventor. What did he invent most famously?
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Peace.
The NFL started in 1920 as the American Professional Football Association before being renamed the National Football League in 1922. And on this date in 22, the Canton Bulldogs defeated the Toledo Maroons 19-0 to win the first NFL championship. In that game, Hall of Fame tackle Pete Henry made the longest NFL drop-kicked field goal.
Nice.
45 yards.
That's pretty
for a
good.
drop kick. But we had
Drew Bledsoe do it most recently, didn't he?
Doug Flutie.
Doug Flutie.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We had Canton against Toledo in the first NFL championship. Probably the last time two Ohio teams will ever meet in a NFL
Probably.
championship.
Let's put a pin in that. We can circle
Maybe,
back to
maybe.
it. But
The cradle of championships.
If the Browns or the Bengals switch conferences, it could happen again. Don't count on it. 1940, I didn't realize that back then the NFL draft was held in December. But on this date, shortly after winning the Heisman Trophy, Tom Harmon of Michigan was the first pick in the draft by the Chicago Bears. Otis Redding in 1967 was working on a little ditty, recording session in Memphis, needed another verse to his song. During rehearsal, he whistled his way through the part that needed lyrics. The song, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, would never be finished because Redding died in a plane crash in Madison, Wisconsin, where he was to perform in a concert on this day in 1967. The song wound up being released after his death with the whistling and would go on to reach number one and become the biggest hit of Redding's career.
so good. That's a great whistle.
Yeah, it is. And it was only in a rehearsal and an audition. The movie Superman, starring Christopher Reeve, hit theaters in 1978. 1983, the last NFL game at Shea Stadium. Steelers beat the Jets 34-7. 1991, architect IMP received $5 million to design the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum in Cleveland.
Did a nice job.
He did a really good job. Looks like an old record player with the needle coming over. 1995, the worst snowstorm in Buffalo history, which is saying a lot.
Oh, boy.
Dropped 38 inches in 24 hours.
No thanks.
2005, the 71st Heisman Trophy goes to Reggie Bush of USC. He would later forfeit the Heisman because he took money and a house from boosters in college, but then he got it back, last
Recently.
year maybe, or maybe this
past
year.
spring, I think.
Yeah. 2009, the 3D science fiction movie Avatar made its world debut in London. James Cameron wrote the script in 1994. However, the technology didn't exist to produce the movie that he wanted, and he had to wait 15 years to make that movie. Avatar went on to win 3 Oscars and gross $2.92 billion worldwide.
You Jake Sully? I'd like to talk to you about a fresh start on a new world.
I became a Marine for the hardship. I told myself I can pass any test a man can pass. All I ever wanted was a single thing worth fighting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, You're not in Kansas anymore. You're on Pandora.
You should see your faces.
We have an indigenous population called the Na'vi. They are very hard to kill.
I saw it once. I don't think I need to see it again.
Yeah, you don't need to see The Way of Water either, but they do rank 1 and 3 all time for top grossing movies of all time.
We had on December 10th another Heisman Trophy presentation.
And now, the 2012 winner of the Heisman Memorial Trophy is Johnny Manziel.
This is a moment that I've dreamed about since I've been a kid. Running around the backyard pretending I was Doug Flutie throwing Hail Marys to my dad. Now I'm so blessed to be on a stage with such a group of great guys and to be invited into this fraternity. What a pleasure it really is.
Went on to have an illustrious NFL career.
Yes, he did.
2022, the 88th Heisman Trophy goes to Southern Cal quarterback Caleb Williams. Just 2 years ago, Beam, who did he beat out for the Heisman?
Who did he beat out for the Heisman? Caleb 2 years ago.
How soon we forget.
CJ?
Nope. CJ finished third.
Aiden Hutchinson.
A-Dub, you got to guess.
2 years ago, beating out, I don't know, CJ should have won it, so that's all I remember.
CJ finished a very distant third. Max Duggan.
Oh, yeah.
TCU.
That's right.
How about that?
Yeah, that's why CJ should have been up there. Max Duggan, come on.
Birthdays today. Michael Clark Duncan, born in 1957, died 12 years ago. You might remember him from the Green Mile.
Your name is John Coffey.
Yes, sir, boss. Like to drink, only not spelled the same.
Questions?
Do you leave the light on after bedtime? Because I get a little scared in the dark sometimes. If it's a strange play.
That's a great movie.
Yes, it is.
Celebrity chef Bobby Flay is 60 today. Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow, the Frosted Tips, 28 today. You know, when you go to college for 5 years, you age fast. Most of these quarterbacks come in at the age of, 21. He was 23 coming into the NFL, so he's already 28.
Celebrating with a big Monday Night Football win last night.
Wonder what the party was like on the plane back.
I'm sure it was just fine as they were celebrating Joe Burrow's birthday.
That's all I have for you.
All right, I was just waiting on you.
Nobody famous born after Joe Burrow on this date.
I was just wondering.
That's it. Once it's Joe Burrow's birthday, there's
done.
nothing else.
We're done with the segment. Good job, Shark, as always. Buckeyes Volunteers Hostility Bowl, December 21st, Columbus, Ohio. We're going to get into that next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are not watching any major crashes across your roadways. Starting to see things pick up on 315 near campus and on 33 on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan traffic.
Enjoy rates as low as 9.90% APR with a Visa Platinum credit card from BMI FCU. The perfect low-rate card for your wallet. Apply today at bmifcu.org/visa.
Ready to take on the open road? Bobby Carpenter here. Get behind the wheel of power and reliability at Germain Toyota. Right now, drive off in a 2024 Tacoma SR 4x4 for just $329 a month. That's 39 months with 10,000 miles per year. Only $32.99 due at signing. Or step up to the rugged 2024 Tundra SR5 4x4 for just $399 a month with $39.99 due at signing. Both built tough, built to last. Hurry into Germain Toyota where adventure begins. Offers end soon. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road and online at germaintoyota.net. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Billiards Plus has the area's best selection of pool tables, shuffleboard tables, poker tables, and more. Select tables are still in stock, so hurry before they run out. Find stocking stuffers galore with darts, cues, and more game room goodies. Shop Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters. That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters Wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Getting cold feet? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Hey friends, Beamer here. Look, it's no secret I've got some weight to lose. I look around, see everybody else here at the radio station. Other friends have done it as well. All have done it with Awaken 180. So I said to myself, all right, let's see what this is all about. I've never tried a diet or weight loss program before. Wouldn't touch the meds. It all sounded terrible. Cut this out, cut that out. Work out constantly, inject myself for life. Hard pass, no thanks. I need something that I can actually do. And Awaken 180, it makes sense. You eat more often, you keep the flavor, and most importantly, it works. I'm only 3 days in, down 7 pounds. Poof, 7 pounds already. I'm finding the rhythm, eating more frequently, and actually having fun cooking dinner again. Tasty food that fits the plan. I spatchcocked the chicken the other night. When have I ever done that before? My why is simple. I need to be around for Willie. I need to be able to play with him. I need to keep up with him and be there for him. So if you need a plan that works, do what I'm doing and everyone else has already done. Visit awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800. 844-346-1800. Let's get it done.
Last year, flu and COVID hospitalized nearly 1 million adults 65 and older. That's nearly 1 million men, women, parents, grandparents, chess players, checkers players, and chess players who are so bad at chess, they really should stick to checkers. So if you're one of these people, or not, get this season's flu and COVID vaccines so you can keep being the totally unique person you are, whoever that is.
Risk less, do more. Get started at vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand. Listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
If a friend asks how you're doing, and you say,
I'm okay.
When the truth is,
I don't want my problems to burden anyone.
Or you say,
hang it in there.
Because
if I ask for help, they'll just think I'm weak.
Then this is your sign to call, text, or chat 988 for free, confidential support. Anytime. You don't have to hide how you feel.
Flexible, secure, fun. Oh, and great pay, too. Are you not sure what you want to do for a career? Or are you thinking of changing careers? Being a dental hygienist or dental assistant may be the perfect fit for you and provides all of these perks, plus more. Talk with a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org to learn more. Become a valuable member of the dental team and start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A little bit of patchy fog this morning. Temperatures in the mid-40s will reach near 50 for the high today as rain chances increase heading toward the afternoon. Temperatures will start to fall tonight, dropping into the 30s for highs tomorrow as rain mixes with snow overnight. A little bit of light snow will remain possible into Wednesday, though impact should be minimal. Bitterly cold air and wind chills below 0 by Thursday. That's your latest 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
A radio show hosted by two former football players, one slightly more successful than the other. You're listening to Morning Juice.
The NBA season in full swing, and you can make your first NBA bet with you can make it a swish. See what I did there? From FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from who will win the game to how many points a player will score. Plus, you can check out newer bets like the number of dunks. Oh, I didn't know you could bet on the number of dunks.
11.5.
Or assists or three-pointers in the next 3 minutes. It doesn't matter if you tap into FanDuel before the game starts or after it has already tipped off. You can pick up a W whenever. And Beamer, now is the perfect time to get in on the action.
Of course it is. Right now, new customers, you can bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Just visit FanDuel.com/juice for your chance to score $150 in bonus bets. Got a 2-pack tonight. How could we forget? It's the NBA Cup quarterfinals. Woo! Catch the fever. You got the Magic at the Bucks tonight, Mavs and the Thunder for your late night game. Late night being 9:30 here, but it's still late night. FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Must be 21 and older. Present in Ohio. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issue does not withdraw, but bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. So I was unfortunately, I watched the selection show on Sunday. I did it.
All half hour? Made you wait. I believe it was 12-26 when they put up Oregon at number 1.
Yeah, so I was watching it because at that point of time, Willie was getting ready to go down for a nap, and I'm like, all right, I'm setting my fantasy lineups. Usually I'm watching either the Fox or CBS crew. I alternate which pregame show that I watch for the NFL. I'm like, let me pop over here and see what's happening with this. And then I see the talking heads. I'm like, I don't know. Not really paying attention. Then I think I turned on a soccer game for like 5 minutes and came back to it. But then I did stick around when they had the chyron that was like, in 4 minutes, we're going to release the college football playoff bracket. I'm like, all right, I'll stick around for 4 minutes to see that. Really no drama. I mean, the last one, the dramatic piece being that Alabama was left out in favor of SMU. I don't understand what the whining coming from SEC land about scheduling is, because Alabama lost 3 games in conference. It's not like the schedule makers are going to do them any favors. It's like, oh, we're going to schedule FCS teams. It's like, you didn't lose.
They can't schedule a lighter non-conference than they already had. What are they talking about?
I agree with that. We'll save that for later because that's a whole different bucket. But then as soon as they started reeling off like teams 5, 6, then you got the 7. I'm like, okay, I know where Ohio State's going to be, and I know where Tennessee's going to be. Not that big of a surprise. I mean, we had talked about it last week. Like, is the committee going to look at the head-to-head against Penn State if they lose against Oregon, which they did? Credit to James Franklin and Penn State. Thought they played pretty good. That was a fun game on Saturday night. You look at that, say, all right, well, head-to-head, but I understand the committee and them not dropping them back. They were playing in a conference championship game. Ohio State lost 2 regular season games. Penn State lost 1, although be it at home to Ohio State. But that sets up an unbelievable matchup between Ohio State and Tennessee. I think the committee did a pretty good job in their first-round matchups. But I'm super pumped for Tennessee to come up here. I got a bunch of buddies who are Tennessee fans. They're texting me about tickets. Like, hey, how can I get them? Like, Thursday, 10 a.m. Tickets will go on sale, $100. Now, will they actually be $100? Probably not. I don't know.
Well, that's the get-in price.
I don't know how quickly those are going to be gobbled up either. If we're talking about like Taylor Swift Eras Tour ticket situation, which you got them in your cart, and then you're going to wait for an hour, and then all of a sudden it's $942 to get in. Like, I'm not sure, but I mean, that's as salacious as first-round matchup. And good job. We did predict this, and I don't think that was a surprise to anybody, but it is going to be the primetime game on the 21st.
Wow.
Good job, everybody.
Who could have guessed?
Good job, everybody. I did think it was funny that Penn State got the noon game.
Someone was going to get hosed there.
Yeah.
And it was not going to be Ohio State. ESPN was never, ever going to give up the chance to put the Buckeyes in primetime and then let TNT profit. Like, no, that's not going to happen. They did. I mean, the 4 matchups are all filled with intrigue and exciting. I don't think that necessarily means that the selection committee did a good job. I would have to separate the 2. But I think you can do that because there's nothing you can do to change it now. They made their votes. Yeah. The bracket is what it is, and the path forward is now clear for everybody else. I think you can both things can be true. That this is going to be really exciting starting next Friday night.
It's fun.
And like that's great. I think there are still major flaws with the way that this is determined, the way that it's set up. The fact that the committee exists at all, I think, is problematic. I'm trying to separate the 2 because I wanted to get a lot of that venting and frustration and conversation about the automatic bids, conference championship winners. That like there's just no business for Arizona State or Boise State. Like either seed it 1 through 12 or I don't know. The system was bad all along. We could project that in advance. I don't know how they arrived at this conclusion, and they immediately saw some of this blow up in their face with the path forward for some of these teams that don't deserve it. But I wanted to get all that done because I do think that there's not going to be any point in continuing to talk about it once you get to Friday, and it's like, well, you have the battle for the state of Indiana going on. Like that's how did this happen? And then you have all those matchups on Saturday, and who knows if mid-game James can choke one away against SMU and bring a Cinderella story.
All of these games will be tight, too. But like I don't envision really any blowouts. The only one that I can see getting a little bit sideways would be the potential of an Indiana-Notre Dame. Like that's kind of
I don't like Indiana's chances.
Yeah, that's kind of the only one. But I could see Clemson going into Tech. Like they've been there before. Clemson has done this before. I could see Clemson going in there and giving Texas a rock fight. Ohio State and Tennessee, I think you're set for a fantastic game here on December 21st at the Horseshoe. And then the other one being Penn State and SMU. Like, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot on the line. Like, we'll see how James Franklin coaches that. Now, they are at home, which is going to be a huge advantage. SMU, not notoriously a cold weather city down there in Dallas, having to come up.
It does get a little bit chilly down there.
It's chilly, but I wouldn't say it gets cold, depending on what the weather's going to be here in a couple of weeks' time. But I mean, yeah, all 4 of these first-round games are fantastic.
There's no outcome that would surprise me in Penn State SMU. None. I have no idea like what's going to happen. That's cool. That's nice. That's fun. Like, that's going to be a great way to kick off that Saturday triple-header. I know that Penn State fans are going to be incredibly angry and worked up forever about the fact that they drew yet another noon game, even when they escaped Fox. By the way,
great job by Ohio State. Whoever the admin was for the Ohio State football Twitter account that just had the picture of Brutus breaking the handcuffs and it just said noon kickoffs.
No, they had to
delete it. I'm sure that Fox wasn't too thrilled about it. Round of applause to you, sir or madam, because that was great.
I don't think Ross Bjork liked it either.
We're having fun. It's college football. We were all talking about it for the last 6 weeks of the season.
Yeah, but Ohio State does like the checks. So
yeah, what's Fox going to do? Is Fox going to drop you as a corporate partner because of a tweet?
I believe it's biting the hand that feeds you.
Yeah, well, watch this. We can bite back too.
No, you can't.
Yes, we can.
There's not billions of dollars just sitting around.
I say do it more.
Okay. I don't suggest doing it more. It was fun to see it.
Yeah,
maybe there just needs to be like a private Slack channel.
What's the point in deleting tweets anyway? Like, it's going to live forever.
That's true.
It was there.
Everyone saved it.
It's there. It's on the line. It never went anywhere.
That's right. Once it's out there, there's no getting it back.
I'm just super pumped for the two fan bases that seem to hate each other on Twitter the most to actually interact with each other on a couple of Saturdays.
They don't just hate each other. They hate everyone.
Yeah.
Covering Tennessee, which Tennessee has the exact same expectations for their program as Ohio State, but they are dramatically, incredibly less realistic to achieve them compared to what Ohio State can. So being there in, I don't know, let's say 2010 or 2011, when they're going 6-6 into the Music City Bowl, or even worse, going 5-7 and losing to a Kentucky team that doesn't even play a quarterback in the game, and then having those people outraged, that was a time to be alive, my friend, and a time to escape.
What about when Lane left like a thief in the night?
That was an education in journalism.
Because I want to get your side of that, because you were down there for that. And also, Ohio State's offensive line is going to look different against Tennessee than it did against Michigan. That's coming up in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now across your roadways, no major crashes that we're watching, but seeing things pick up on 315 as you're heading near campus and on I-71 coming in from downtown. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At Meijer, we believe the holidays should be a special time. A time when families and friends can gather for the simple purpose of enjoying each other's company. From the gifts and decorations which make the moment, to the fresh ingredients that make the meal. Count on Meijer to bring the magic of the season to life with just one stop. We're always working harder to make the holidays a good deal better. Meijer. Bring more good to the holidays.
The two most mature people working at the radio station. And that's just because they wear pants. The pervert and the skivvies. Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan. Heading to work? Keep listening to the guys at the office.
Stream the show at 971thefan.com or download the Fan app.
This is Morning Juice.
Austin Ward hanging out with us here this morning. I say we changed our clocks. That break is quick.
We're back, baby.
I wasn't ready for that.
Don't go anywhere.
I wasn't ready for that. Usually I'd walk around, hang out, say hey to nobody who's out there.
Everyone who's hanging out in the bullpen at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Usually I
only Bob just hanging out.
Usually I go out there and talk to myself, but that was rapid.
Yeah. Well, don't go anywhere.
It's a good point.
We're right here.
It's almost why they changed the clocks.
Yeah. Stick around, folks. We'll be back in 120 seconds.
All right. So you were down in Tennessee when the Lane train left like a thief in the night to USC. How did that go down there?
It's one of.
I remember. So I'll give you my. What year was that?
2009.
Okay, so that was 2009. I would have been 17 years old when that happened, and I remember that being really the first like ultra villainous move in college football. At least like that. Like you had seen coaches go and leave their programs in the middle of the night to like go off to the NFL, but the whole press conference, people following them around on campus, like leaving, rumors of that happening was one of the more wild things in the sport.
I can tell you it was even wilder to be in the midst of it and covering it. It was one of the, you have core memories in your life, thinking now about getting married to Allie and Liberty being born. The entire 16-hour saga of the middle of the night with Lane Kiffin is one of those things for me, unfortunately. It was like 8:15 at night. I don't know. There was maybe there wasn't a ton going on there for Tennessee. It's like I think I filed a story about someone going to the Senior Bowl or something, saying, "Oh, we're good here." Had a few days off. They played in the Peach Bowl back when it was not a New Year's Six game. They had overnight New Year's Eve at that time. It's like, all right, well, it's just winding down here. Lane's got the recruiting thing going. You're into January. It's going to be a quiet period. And then I get a text. It's like, hey, because you have to remember that USC had to be turned down by 5 other coaches in this process. Nobody wanted to go there in the fallout of the looming sanctions and Pete Carroll. And so I had conversations with Lane and with other people. It's like, not going to be a candidate. Like this. Even Jack Del Rio has to say no before Lane Kiffin becomes a candidate. Well, boom, 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 one after the other, they all do. And I got a text. It's like, I think you might want to
reevaluate.
Get ready. I'm in sweatpants on the couch. Like, we're done. 8 o'clock. It's after 8 o'clock when this is about to start happening. I'm like, okay.
I'm in my soft clothes, cracking a soda pop.
Yeah. So it's okay. And I called some folks. And said, this is happening. Like, Lane is leaving. Like, no. There's no way. I said, I'm going to campus right now. They had not called the press conference, anything yet, because I had never heard of a coach leaving for another job and having a press conference at his old job.
That usually doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen.
No.
So all these other things are happening at the same time. This is the night before classes start the next day. So the early enrollees are on campus. Mm-hmm. Students are getting back. There's people in the street outside the practice facility as I roll up, and I thought, this is not going to be good. And it wasn't, because eventually those couches and mattresses were going to be on fire in the street. There were Tennessee players out there in the street.
Lighting the fires.
I'm walking up and talking to them, and you could light a fire with their breath. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the situation the night before school is going back into session. But they're confused, and they don't know what's going on. You go into the facility, and this is not the normal place where they even have the press conference, and it's a different part of the building. There's no reason for them to have it. Tennessee's SIDs are like, we're going to get Lane in here. He's going to explain it.
Why?
You got to turn your cameras off. Lane said you can't have the cameras on.
What's the point of a press conference?
I said, and they said, well, what do we do? Like, they can record it, but we can't get the television. So, well, do you want this or not? So the SID, who doesn't anymore report to Lane Kiffin, is trying to help. I don't know why. It was a horrible idea. Everyone is upstairs. They're arguing. It's heated because a lot of people in the Tennessee media want the best for that program. Some are just outright fans. There are some people that played for Tennessee, and they are incredibly angry. What's going on? Let me do my job. Got to turn the cameras on. I'm like, can we just get him in the room? Like, who cares? You'll get the sound. And I'm just like, let's get this over with. Like, why do we need this anyway? He's not going to say anything of consequence. I'm like, please, just get it going. And he comes in they eventually come to the terms with that. He comes in for 90 seconds. People scream out like 2 questions, and then he zips right out. I go down the hallway with him, and he's like, yeah, I'll talk to you in a little bit. And I'm like, okay. So I go and I file the story. I talk to some of the people in the street, some of the players that are intoxicated and upset. I file the story. I'm texting with Lane Kiffin in the middle of the night. It's like 3 a.m. And then Tennessee shuts off his phone. But after he said, well, come in the morning, because he wanted to get his side of the story out, that it was never his intention to just be in Knoxville for 1 year. This dream job to go to USC, to live in Malibu, materialized out of thin air. He had no expectation it was going to happen. And he's like, you can just come into the facility. Well, so I don't sleep at all. I'm like, this is insane. I'm wired, and I've been texting with Lane Kiffin in the middle of the night. Everyone is outraged. Tennessee's trying to start a coaching search. And so then I went back into the practice facility at 7 a.m. And Tennessee doesn't want to let me in. Lane Kiffin, I can't use the other phone anymore because Tennessee has shut it off. Their athletic director is going to have a press conference at noon. I said it, and I'm still standing in the practice facility. There's the famous photo of Ed Ogeron's Red Bull refrigerator being wheeled out of Tennessee's practice facility. I'm just standing here watching all of this madness happen. I said, I'm not going to leave here. I'm just going to watch everything that happens, and I'm supposed to talk to Lane. So I skipped the athletic director press conference. I skipped the conversation about the interim coach, and I just stood in the practice facility for 5 hours until Lane comes down a back staircase, and he's like, hey, sorry I wasn't able to, stay in touch. They turned off this phone.
Oh, I know. Thanks.
And I said, yeah, I know. And they've been trying to get me out of here for a while. And I said, I'm meeting Lane Kiffin, and they don't really like that. But he's still in there cleaning out his office. And then, so you had, at the same time that the athletic director was talking and the rest of the beat was down there, I'm still in the facility talking to Lane Kiffin as he's explaining this whole process. And that wrapped up, and I'm still just like so confused and on no sleep. And I was like, okay, but
starting to get hallucinations.
Who really wants to actually hear from Lane Kiffin at this point? Like, what's the next step? Because they had to turn this around. There was no, the early signing period was not really a thing at that point in 2009. Like, they have to get a coach in. They have to save the recruiting class. Anyway, so I turned that story around. That was in the paper. But I still didn't sleep for the next. Allie talks about this all the time. She's like, Ohio State fans don't know what it's like to have a true coaching search because, as I said, Tennessee's expectations are the same. They finished the search by Friday. Like, I did not sleep for like 72 hours because you had planes tracking going over here.
Oh, I love plane tracker.
Conversations going on. David Cutcliffe wants the job. They don't want to give him the job. You have one source over here is leaking that Cutcliffe is going to take the job. I said, no, that's not going to happen. Like, just nonstop.
What did your phone look like at that time?
It was a mess, and it was a BlackBerry. Like, remember having to deal with all that?
The scrolly ball.
It was just constantly, like, for 72 hours. The worst process you can imagine. But that night that it happened, I can't ever get it out of my brain. I've never experienced anything like it, and I sure hope that I don't have to again.
That's remarkable. Thanks for sharing that.
Sure, yeah. It was a lesson. I've said a lot of times, the things that I encountered covering Tennessee for 5 years was 50 years worth of journalism education. Like, it never stopped. It did prepare me for Ohio State, but like, I don't have to go to the courthouse once a month. Like, it's knock on wood, there's never been a time where 4 Ohio State players robbed a gas station. What are you doing, Tennessee? I mean, the amount of nights that I got texts or calls at 3 a.m.
What's this
was not
about?
just Lane Kiffin, but like all of the players. What? Now you want to bring this player back who robbed the gas station? No, please don't do that. You have an SID crying in front of me. I don't know. Can't you just like he served his time? No. Have some common sense here, people. But that never happened for 5 years.
That sounds like fun.
That's why when I loved living in Knoxville, and I appreciated the passion of the fan base, like without question. It's a beautiful part of the country. It's awesome. Neyland Stadium is one of the best places to watch a college football game. But when ESPN was like, "Hey, we'd like to hire you to cover college football. We're expanding our roster of reporters. Would you like to be part of that?" Well, yeah. Do you want to hire me because of my talent or just because I cover Tennessee? Because I don't want to cover Tennessee anymore. Like, well, what would you like to do? Urban Meyer's at Ohio State. Yes, please.
Anything else?
Get me out of here.
This is a cry for help.
I need help.
Get me off Rocky Top.
Please.
And it all came to a head with Lane.
Yeah, I mean,
I wish you were still in Knoxville 5 years ago to get all the behind-the-scenes details when Greg Schiano was hired.
Oh, God,
not
that
hired.
was crazy. Oh, my
3 days
God, I
later.
forgot about that.
I think that, Shark, like, that's a great reminder. And I think a chance for people nationally to understand how dysfunctional that athletic department is. Like, I'll make jokes and we'll talk about individual decisions all the time for Ohio State. It's really a pretty smoothly run operation that knows what it's doing. But from athletic director to president to every single level at Tennessee, that's the time that dysfunction spills out into the public. Like, you have no idea. No idea. But Greg Schiano was a reminder that that's what it's like on Rocky Top all the time. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Unless it's changed since when I was there, which it could have. It's been a while, but I doubt it because people tell me all the time that it's not different.
Pure unadulterated chaos. That's fantastic. Thanks for that.
Sure.
That got me fired up. I'm ready to
What's
go.
got you juiced?
That. We did it too
Thinking
early.
back to Rocky Top. Yeah, it's hot in here. Woo! What happened?
We've got our finalists for the Heisman. We'll do that in Quick Hitters next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, no crashes to tell you about, but watching things pick up on 33 out in Plain City and on I-71 near downtown. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And better, it's just around the corner in 2025. Feeling better, getting rid of joint pain once and for all. QC Kinetics patients are able to walk up and down the stairs now, like my dad, tailgate with their friends. They can finally sleep without pain waking them. They feel normal again. That can be you. 2025 could look very different for you, so call QC Kinetics now. Say goodbye to shoulder, knee, hip, back pain, whatever it is. QC Kinetics and Dr. Ray Tezer and his team are waiting for you with treatments right in their office. No downtime, no surgeries, and no drugs. If you've been told surgery is your best and only option, you deserve a second opinion. Find out what all natural regenerative medicine is all about and right for you. The consultation is free. You can use HSA and FSA dollars. So live your best life in 2025 with my friends at QC Kinetics. The better you is just around the corner. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They've got offices in Dublin and Gahanna.
Football is all about winning, and so is the Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With 4 dealerships and a collision center, we've got everything you need to stay game day ready. Don't forget our Carvenience service, the most convenient way to service your vehicle. We pick it up, drop off a rental, and we bring it back to you when it's done. Plus, every vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Hinderer Motor Company, where convenience and confidence meet. Visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here from Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, announcing our $99 home preventive maintenance checkup. It's getting cold out there. Carpenter and Bryant will do whatever it takes to get you ready for the winter months. Check out Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric at carpentercolumbus.com.
Hey, Jackets fans, we know what's on your holiday wish list. Ask your Secret Santa for a Blue Jackets holiday gift pack. You'll score 2 tickets plus a Blue Jackets helmet shirt, all for just $99. Learn more at bluejackets.com/holiday.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Is your business generating over $1 million a year in revenue? If your financial advisory team isn't keeping pace, maybe it's time for a change. Here's Brad Hennebert with Premier Advisors.
Thanks, Bobby. Our team integrates financial planning and asset management with business accounting and tax preparation. Business owners have planning needs that are unique. We work with you to design a seamless financial services bundle tailored to your business with monthly or quarterly advisory consultations to help guide you along the way. We don't just keep score of what happened last year. Our team combines expert financial planning and wealth management with top-tier tax services, helping businesses like yours build wealth for you. Call us today at 614-524-4888. That's 614-524-4888.
Brad Hennebert is a registered representative offering securities through United Planners Financial Services. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through TCP Asset Management LLC. Tax services offered through Premier Tax CPAs. United Planners is not affiliated with TCP Asset Management, Premier Advisors, or Premier Tax CPAs.
The Jackets are back at Nationwide for a battle with the Flyers. Live fan coverage starts Tuesday night at 6:30.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating and Cooling.
Your home for Blue Jackets hockey, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like Bear Dynasty interior paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Bear Dynasty interior paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Bear and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when intended to colors from the Bear Dynasty and Marquee Interior one-coat hide color collection.
Great game. You got into the end zone again and again. How'd it feel?
Awesome. Like getting a new iPhone again and again. I just got the new iPhone 16 Pro today.
Really?
Yeah. And with AT&T Next Up Anytime, I can upgrade early every year.
Very nice.
Feel like an MVP again. Learn how to get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us and the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime. AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Offer subject to change. Additional fees, terms, and restrictions apply. $0 offer may not be available on future iPhones. Next Up Anytime feature may be discontinued at any time. See att.com/iPhone for details.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Keep on swiping that card, baby. Keep on swiping that card. Charge it to winning. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, look, it's no secret. I got some weight to lose. Look at me if you're watching on the YouTube machine, and you would know that. Look around, see Austin doing this. Other friends, too. They've all done it with Awaken 180. They all kept saying, hey, it's your turn. Do it. Sack up. So I finally said, all right, see what it's about. Never tried a diet weight loss program before. Wouldn't touch the medicine. Didn't like to do that. Cut this out. Cut that out. Work out constantly. It wasn't realistic. Inject myself for life. No thanks. Hard pass. So, Austin, you told me about this, as did other people here at this radio station. I can actually do Awaken 180. It makes sense. You eat more often, keep the flavor. Most importantly, it works. I'm only a few days in, week now. I'm down 12 pounds. Finding the rhythm. Eating more frequently, having fun cooking dinner again. Tasty food that fits the plan. Made a nice little stir fry last night. I'm in. My why is simple. Keep up with Willie. I mean, he's running around. He's a toddler right now. Got to keep up with him. I need to be able to keep up with him. And if you need a plan that works, do what I'm doing and what everybody else already did. Visit awaken180weightloss.com or you can call 844-346-1800. Let's get it done. And now Shark is going to amaze you with his verbal skills.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sharky?
I don't know about all that, Beamsy. I can't wait till you lose like 35 pounds and you say, I just lost William.
He might be cranking up to 40.
Seriously?
Nah, I don't know what he weighs. I'll throw him on we'll put him on the scale. I'll put that down and we'll see what he is. But.
That did feel cool though, Shark, when I got, because I had to read at some point was like, I've lost Liberty's weight. It's like, oh, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. Adrian Peterson won the NFL's MVP award in 2012. That's the last running back to be named MVP. Since then, it's been all quarterbacks. Aaron 3 times, and Lamar twice, Mahomes twice, Peyton, Cam, Matt Ryan.
Brady, everyone went in there?
Brady won one in there, yes. He won, what did he win, 4? but one in the last 12 years. Anyway, the trend could end this season because another running back is having a historic season. Saquon Barkley of the Eagles has 1,623 rushing yards. He needs 483 yards in Philly's final 4 games to break Eric Dickerson's single-season rushing record, 2,105 yards. Now, Saquon does have a history of injury, so there are no guarantees, Beamer, but if he stays healthy, I got to believe he's going to break the record.
Here's Football Analysis 101 for you. He looks awesome. He looks awesome. Now, unfortunately...
Ask the Giants.
Ask Joe Shane about how that's going. Unfortunately, for him, and it's not any undoing to his own, but Josh Allen, Austin's guy.
I was going to say, are we living in a world where Josh Allen no longer exists?
I'm looking on FanDuel right now, and if you go to the regular season awards, the odds are not in Saquon Barkley's favor. Josh Allen is minus 450.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, he just put up one of the most prolific days you've ever in a loss.
Touchdowns. He had the greatest fantasy day in history.
50-some points,
51.8
something crazy. Saquon Barkley happens to be plus 550. So if Saquon's
second,
he's second in the odds. Lamar's behind him at 14-1, and then Jared Goff is at 17-1. Then a significant dip down to Mahomes at 33-1. But yeah, I mean, if he doesn't get it done this season, then I don't know who can. I mean, if he breaks the all-time NFL single-season rushing record, now I understand that there's an extra game in there, and who knows if he gets to that game, depending on what the Philadelphia Eagles are doing heading into the playoffs. They might be resting guys in the final week of the season, but he's been nothing short of incredible this year in Philly.
And Josh Allen is even better. So, go Pokes. I mean, he really is phenomenal, and I'm not trying to take anything. I'm not taking anything away from Saquon Barkley, and the reverse hurdle is one of the best. Like, you're going to see that highlight forever. It's
going to live on for forever.
It's an incredible play. But what Josh Allen does, and especially his importance to the Bills, who just frankly don't have a great supporting cast of characters around him.
It's Josh Allen and the power of friendship.
Yeah, I mean, and it is, and the power of the brand, which he's always riding for. So Josh Allen is a superstar. Saquon Barkley's awesome too. The other MVP candidate who's no longer getting enough credit, the Bengals would never win a game without Joe Burrow. That's the definition of value.
Or Jamar.
Jamar's okay.
So, quarterbacks win NFL MVPs. Quarterbacks also win Heismans. They've won the last 3, 7 of the last 8. But that trend will also could be snapped this week. The Heisman will be awarded Saturday night, and last night the 4 finalists were announced. 2 quarterbacks are in the field, Oregon's Dylan Gabriel and Miami's Cam Ward, but also in attendance in New York this weekend will be Boise State running back Ashton Jeanty and Colorado receiver and defensive back Travis Hunter. A-Dub, who will win?
Are you a Heisman voter?
I am not.
Okay.
I
didn't want to ruin your process.
Well, no, the system is crazy. I've had a vote because it is like the Electoral College. So when I was covering Wyoming, I was a voter out there. Had to give that vote up for some reason. When I was in Tennessee, got that vote back. And once I left and had to sacrifice that vote coming to Columbus, I've, for some reason, never gotten it back. And that's fine. I don't care. Voting on some of these things can be a hassle and more trouble than it's worth. But it does allow me to speak freely about it. And Travis Hunter is going to win the award, and I think that he should, Shark. If we're talking about most outstanding football player, what he's done on both sides of the football is remarkable, incredibly rare to do it at the level that he's done it. I don't know why Cam Ward is a finalist. Well, actually, I do know why, and that is because of that same Electoral College that I mentioned. The fact that there is no SEC candidate for the South to rally around, they're just like, all right, well, one of our guys down here has to win it. It'll be Cam Ward instead. And so they voted for him in the South. Like, I'm 100% certain that that's what happened there because he doesn't deserve to be there. Dylan Gabriel of the quarterbacks has the best case. Jeanty is fun. Same way he's the college Saquon Barkley, but he's going to be trumped here by what Travis Hunter's done.
I think it's going to be tighter than what people think. I'm also expecting Travis Hunter to win. I don't know who I would vote for. I mean, I watch Boise a lot just because they're usually on like later during the day, and my football watching capabilities, like it's a nice time for fun, scrolly fun time for me when Boise's on, because I don't really have to pay attention to them, but I can watch him and watch Jensen pop off like a 65-yard run at any point in time. I mean, his game log is just disgusting. Game number 1 against Georgia Southern, 20 carries, 267 yards, 6 touchdowns. Against Oregon, at Oregon, 192 and 3 touchdowns. So that was a fun one.
Somebody slowed him down.
11 carries for 127, 26 for 259, 13 for $186, 31 for 217, 33 for 128. Good job UNLV for slowing him down the first time that they met up. And then San Diego State 31 for 149. Anyways, his total is almost
you left 20, one out, Beam. You skipped it on purpose.
19 for 169 and 1 touchdown against Wyoming, which was a 17-13 close victory from Boise State. I was watching that because I was texting you during that game. But
you jinxed it.
24, 97, and 29 touchdowns. He's incredible.
He's awesome.
He's incredible, and so is Travis Hunter. So I hope both of those individuals have fun.
You think they should just cut it in two and give each guy
I think they should slice it in half. Yeah. I think they should slice it in half. Because in any other year without the other one, like either one would win in a landslide. Yep. And Travis Hunter may win in a landslide, but I think that Ashton Jeanty is very deserving of any of the Heisman votes. Whoever votes him first, I don't think you have a wrong answer between those two. I don't think you could go wrong. The Bengals came, they saw, and they conquered the Cowboys, all on the Simpsons cast. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now on your Tuesday, we're not tracking any major crashes, but watching things pick up in a couple spots, including on 33 on the southeast side and on I-71 as you're coming into downtown. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan traffic.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Men, it's the holidays, the season of all kinds of hustle and bustle. But if your energy is down, if you aren't sleeping well, if your sex drive is MIA, and you just don't feel like the guy you once were, maybe it's tough to get excited for all the holiday cheer. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if this sounds like you may have low testosterone. And if so, this is the season for you to get treated. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating low T. If you're like most guys, you'll feel the change in just a few weeks. And truly, the results can be life-changing. You'll have improved mental clarity, your energy will kick up, your workouts will be better, your sleep patterns will improve, and your sex drive will likely heat up as well. So call us, and don't go through another season with low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654. That's 800-900-9654, or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com.
Enjoy huge savings, thoughtful gifts, stocking stuffers, and everything you need for a memorable holiday at Meijer. Keep your family toasty and warm with Falls Creek outerwear at 50% off. Give the gift of Squish with Squishmallows. Assorted 14-inch varieties now 40% off. Inspire creativity and fun with favorite brands like Crayola and Play-Doh, 20% off. Great gifts and exclusive holiday savings make the season a good deal better. Shop in-store or on the Meijer app and get the same low prices. Exclusions apply. Go to Meijer.com for details.
Leaves changing and the nighttime air is cool. Fall is the perfect time to have the Waterworks inspect and tune up your furnace. Protect your family against those wintertime furnace breakdowns. Call 614-232-2222 now to schedule.
Would you believe that giraffes are 30 times more likely to get hit by lightning than people? Or that a single cloud can weigh 550 tons or more? Sounds fake, right? How about an insurance company that actually treats you right? Sounds unbelievable, but it's true. NJM Insurance is proud to put policyholders first. And they don't use jingles or mascots either. Don't believe me? Well, guess what? Everything in this commercial is true and approved by the legal department. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit njm.com for a quote.
Come try Skyline Chili's new Mac and Cheese 3-Way. Made with creamy cavatappi pasta in a 3-cheese blend. Topped with Skyline Chili and their shredded Wisconsin cheddar. The new Mac and Cheese 3-Way. At participating Skyline locations for a limited time. 5-hour energy.
When I pull up to the parking lot, it's time to level up. Dial in, showing out for your team. Listen up, get you some. Stand the fan to give you what you need. Fan fuel, game time. Turn up the intensity. Team colors bleeding now. 5-hour energy. For a limited time, get the fan fuel flavor at 5hourenergy.com.
Hey folks, when it comes to Christmas trees, don't get played by foreign plastic. Just like you wouldn't replace a prize QB with a mannequin. Don't replace American Farm Fresh trees with fake foreign plastic. These farm families are the MVPs of Christmas, growing champions right here on American soil. They're not sitting on the bench. They're out there every day growing real Christmas traditions. Make the winning choice, Farm Fresh Christmas trees, not foreign plastic that pollutes. Visit GetRealKeepItReal.com to find your local farm MVP.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. After going 2-3 on their 5-game Western road trip, the Blue Jackets are back home for the next 3 games, starting with tonight's game against Philadelphia. The Flyers are in 6th place in the Metro Division. Columbus is 8th. Face-off is 7 o'clock here on the Fan. The Bengals stumbled into Monday Night Football in Dallas with a 3-game losing streak, losing those games by a combined 14 points. But the Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase connection was the elixir. They hooked up 14 times for 177 yards and 2 touchdowns as Cincinnati topped the Cowboys 27-20. Burrow hit Chase on a 40-yard touchdown pass with 61 seconds remaining for the winning margin. Both teams are now 5-8. The Cowboys had beaten Cincinnati 5 straight times dating back to 2004. The Sports Center is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss, an approved expense for both HSA and FSA accounts. Reserve your consultation for December and you decide the start date. Awaken180weightloss.com.
What's the going rate for a good babysitter? Also, Shark needs a raise. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour 2 of the program for us on a Tuesday. Austin Ward hanging out with us today. Coming up here, 7:17 this morning, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre, the hyphenator. He's going to join the program. We'll talk some Jackets with him. Then at 7:30 this morning, your favorite pitcher's favorite pitcher, Jensen Lewis. He's going to join the program. I feel like we got tons to get into with J-Lu. Soto contract, what are the guards doing? First season under Terry Francona for the Cincinnati Reds.
It's hot stove season.
The golden bat rule, whether or not Jensen would like that. I mean,
let's start there.
Yeah, we should. Jensen, forget about the Soto contract that literally is the size of a small island nation in the GDP, but we're going to go to the golden at-bat rule. So he's going to join us coming up here at 7:30. By the way, programming note, we didn't have Schlegz on this morning. He will be with us tomorrow at 6:30 and 8:05. So make sure you stay tuned for that coming up tomorrow. But couldn't make it work today, but he will be with us here on tomorrow's program on a Wednesday.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
You ever heard of a blocked muffed punt?
I have now.
Because last night's game for the Cincinnati Bengals visiting Jerry World, that's how the Bengals won the game. So situation is this. Ball game is tied 20-20. This is right after the 2-minute warning, correct? Like 2-minute warning had happened, and the Bengals are setting the punt. Punter goes back, fields the snap. Rusher for the Cowboys comes in, blocks the punt. Punt only goes like 15 yards away from the line of scrimmage.
But it did go past the line of scrimmage.
It did go past the line of scrimmage, which is critical. That's what's critical knowledge here in this situation. Goes past the line of scrimmage. Cowboys returner or somebody, I think it was a return, but probably the gunner. I think it was the gunner because I don't know if the returner would have been able to get back up. Decides that he's going to pick up the ball. Ball bounces around. Bengals pick it up. Under 2 minutes left, and then Jamar Chase goes house call with a little spin move down the sideline on a little out and up, and that was it. The Bengals won 27-20. They finally were able to pull victory out of the jaws of defeat.
I was watching that with Allie. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the Bengals ball while it's happening. She's like, why? Like, I don't understand. It's a blocked punt. So
touch receiving team pass along.
First, I could think of the last time or first time I guess ever that I saw that was, I think it was a Thanksgiving Day or something. The Cowboys and Dolphins a long time ago in the snow. And they had the blocked field goal late in the game. The Cowboys are going to win. And maybe Leon Lett went and like stumbled over and kicked the ball. I'm like, if it goes past the line of scrimmage and they touch it, the other team can recover it. Like, okay. 30 years later, it comes back again. I think the Bengals maybe just got a second chance at life here.
Got a Leon Lett part.
Pays it
3.
Yeah, part 3. Pays it off with Joey B to Jamar, and you steal one. Which, after all the other shenanigans that the Bengals have had late in games this year, I guess they were finally due for a break.
They were earned. They earned one of those. They earned one of those. Yeah, Jamar went nuts last night. 14, $177, 2 touchdowns.
He's good at football. He's
cosplaying as Ralph Wiggums.
I did not watch a second of that.
I did. It was great. Now, I'll be completely honest with you. I could only watch it in small doses. I couldn't watch the Simpsons broadcast for the entire game, but I did watch a little bit of it. So I watched the Jamar touchdown cosplaying as Ralph Wiggums, which was great. It was a great move by Bart Simpson.
Who was Joe Burrow?
Bart.
Oh, he's
Bart.
Okay.
Bart was
the Bart
Joe.
man.
So he did that. That was cool. And then I had to turn it off. But then Meredith came downstairs. She had some schoolwork she was getting done. She goes, "Come on, turn on the Simpsons broadcast." I'm like, the really cool thing, what they do is like, so they have all the players out there who are just their normal animated selves, but they must be on such a big tape delay, like maybe like a minute or so, because then they sub out, like Joe Burrow will come out of the game and they'll put Bart in at quarterback.
Oh.
And that's how you know something's going to happen. Because then they put the Simpsons in as the players who were then keyed up on the play, and we're going to make something big happen.
Oh, boy.
It was great.
That is just ridiculous.
It was great. It was ridiculous, but it was fun.
I haven't watched any of those. Like they did a Toy Story one at some point.
The SpongeBob cast.
Yeah, like I haven't got into those. I don't. They're obviously not designed for me. But even Liberty, she likes football. Like she's into it.
It was football. Like, it was real cartoon football.
Real cartoon football.
That's what it was.
What an assessment.
I don't know how they do that with technology. Like, I know the reason that the Bengals and Cowboys couldn't have got flexed out on Monday nights because the technology was already down there and they were already planning for that, which was pretty crazy. But yeah, the Bengals did get it done.
What do you mean? It was a great matchup and a great game.
I guess. It was a great game. I'll give them that. I mean, it was good till the last drop. But I did see this after the game last night we all thought that T. Higgins was gone from the Bengals, and maybe he still is or not. But his boy Joe Burrow went to bat for him. He says those discussions are ongoing, talking about the long-term contract extension of T. Higgins. Said, I'm confident that I think we're going to do whatever it takes to bring T back. I know that I'm going to do what it takes to bring him back. We've had those talks. These are opportunities. These are going to be off-season discussions, but I think we're excited about this opportunity. I don't know if that's Joe just going to bat for his boy, saying, listen, he's a hell of a player. We need him here. Our offense isn't the problem. It's the defense that's let us down this year. Or if that's him actually knowing something that's going on behind the scenes. But, I mean, the Bengals notoriously won't do anything during the season. Like, they shut down contract talks. So, I don't know what's going on there. I did find that fascinating that Joe Burrow's coming out and saying we're working on a T contract extension.
You know, he already could have done whatever it takes to keep the receivers in Cincinnati or to allow them to sign more free agents on defense if he had not taken the maximum amount of salary cap money. I know. I'm not saying that he shouldn't. I'm saying I thought there was a decent chance that Joe Burrow, with his competitiveness and his desire to be surrounded by elite talent and to win at the highest level, that he might take a page out of Tom Brady's playbook and not just eat up the entire salary cap for the Bengals. And that didn't happen. And I don't blame him for that. Get yours. Mm-hmm. Like, you're only going to have one opportunity or two opportunities to get the maximum amount out of your playing days. But, you know, there are other ways to make up some of that money, which the Patriots and Tom Brady all did. Now, we can quibble with the way that some of that money was spent for him, and Tom Brady always did, but it led to an extended period of competitiveness and a dynasty for the Patriots that was built on the back of Tom Brady doing what was best for the franchise and not just always for himself. And I don't blame, again, Joe Burrow for doing that, but maybe there was a hint in that quote that you read, Beam, that like maybe he recognizes he's going to have to give some of that back, or else the cupboards are going to be completely empty around him, and he's going to be a rich man with no rings.
Yeah, I understand that completely, and that's happened for a while down in Cincinnati, too. I mean, look at Carson Palmer all the way back in the day. Sorry to bring that up, Bengals fans. It is a Victory Tuesday, so I don't want to rain on the parade. But, yeah, I mean, T. Higgins is a hell of a player, obviously, and he fits perfectly in that offense. So we'll see if that comes to fruition anytime in the offseason. So we'll put a pin in that. Buckeye women's basketball at home against Ball State tonight at 6 o'clock. That is 5:45 for us over on ESPN Columbus. What is ESPN Columbus? Well, that's 1460 on your AM or 97.1 HD2 if you have an HD radio. So Buckeyes looking to string some wins together here as they continue to play at home. Jackets at home against the Flyers tonight at 7 o'clock. 6:30 coverage for us begins at 6:30. That's what I just said. So, yeah, we got Torts and the gang back in town. Ohio State men's basketball not home against Auburn. They're playing down in Atlanta against Auburn this weekend. But I did see some news yesterday coming out from the men's team that Aaron Bradshaw has returned to team activities. So interesting stuff going on there. Obviously, he was away for the team for a little bit, and then now he's back. He's back with the team.
Yeah, they just kind of casually dropped that update in on the coaches show. Paul Keels was asking Jake Diebler about that.
You want to hear it? Or we just hear Big Daddy asking the question?
It's better for that.
Yes, it is.
Anything you can update us about regarding the status of Aaron Bradshaw at this point?
Yeah, so Aaron is back with our team after the university concluded its process. Now there's going to be a return to play aspect that, we're going to have to start evaluating right away, and there's no firm timeline, right, for what that looks like, but he will be back with our team. And as far as, anything regarding the process, we can't comment further on the university's process, but that's the latest update.
Okay.
They're like, hey, can you drop Pearl Jam back out of that sound? They're trying to write it into break. Like,
no, it was good.
Let's get to this actually key update for Ohio State with Aaron Bradshaw returning. Again, the part in there that we don't know.
Yeah.
He's back with the team. Could he play against Auburn?
Not sure.
We don't know.
Simple as that. Don't know.
It's still an indefinite situation, which I thought 2 weeks ago was not likely to lead to him returning at all for Ohio State.
Correct.
So this investigation appears to have cleared him of some wrongdoing, but we don't know any details about that or the severity or any length of potential punishment that may still exist for him. There are still more questions than there are answers.
Correct. And it didn't sound like Jake Diebler really had any of the answers other than he is back with the team.
He may have them, but he's not sharing them.
Well, correct. I don't know if he can share them or if it's a situation in which he's unwilling to share them, but whatever, that's your Aaron Bradshaw update. So back with the team, not sure if he's going to suit up anytime in the near future or coming up as quickly as this weekend against Auburn. So put a pin in that one, and we'll see what happens. There's nothing left to say about that. The hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre, he's going to join the program. We'll preview Torts' return to Columbus as the Jackets entertain the Flyers coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are watching one crash on the north side of town on I-270 eastbound. We've got the right shoulder blocked off just past Sawmill Road due to a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Here we come at plumbing, we are known as Apex Pros. If you're plumbing,
honey, there's carolers at the door. I'm not sure with
your furnace goes out, there's no one near. Apex Pros comes running.
Something about furnaces and plumbing, I think.
If your furnace dies or your pipes aren't clear, electric trouble in your home, Apex Pros are near.
No, it's not very good, is it? Come in.
Heating and plumbing, electrical too. Apex Pros knows what to do.
No, not really Christmassy to sing about plumbing and furnaces, is it? Oh, yeah, they got that guarantee. What's that called?
5-star guarantee.
Are they listening out there? Can they hear what we're saying? Yeah, probably should just lock the door.
Apex Pros, Apex Pros, Apex Pros, Apex Pros.
You did Apex.com.
This holiday season, save time and make memories. Diamond Seller is your one-stop shop for luxury gifts, from diamonds to watches and the finest jewelry in the world. Gift our iconic blue box and enjoy our guaranteed best prices. Visit Diamond Seller on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center.
At Meijer, we believe the holidays should be a special time. A time when families and friends can gather for the simple purpose of enjoying each other's company. From the gifts and decorations which make the moment to the fresh ingredients that make the meal, count on Meijer to bring the magic of the season to life with just one stop. We're always working harder to make the holidays a good deal better. Meijer. Bring more good to the holidays.
The Central Ohio leader in roof repair and replacement is Roof Revivers. With over 350 five-star reviews on Google, Roof Revivers is committed to repairing roofs first before replacing them. If your roof needs repaired, visit Roof Revivers online at roofrevivers.com. Roof Revivers, we fix leaky roofs.
Tech scams, identity thieves, data leaks. Hearing about these online threats every day can be stressful. But don't worry. McAfee Total Protection is here to help you live a worry-free life online. What does worry-free mean? Well, it means you won't have to wonder if that text message is a scam, if new threats will pop up on your PC, or if you're safe from identity theft. Visit McAfee.com/online protection today to get award-winning online protection for just $39.99 your first year. That's McAfee.com/online protection. Cancel anytime. Terms apply.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
We're back on the Nada Yada Island Confessions Show. Benny is about to tell us how he found two loves. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks to Metro, I found iPhone 12 and Apple Watch SE.
At Metro, get the perfect match of both iPhone 12 with 5G and Apple Watch SE for only $99.99. You heard that right. Both for just $99.99. Holidays with Nada Yada Yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number and ID, sign up for Metro Flex Plus, and add a watch line. Not available if you're with T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days. Limit 2 per account.
Jake Diebler's Buckeyes head to Atlanta for a battle with Auburn and Bruce Pearl's bare chest.
Live fan coverage starts Saturday at noon with a Tip at 1.
Your flagship home of the Buckeyes, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Does heel pain make you hobble just getting out of bed in the morning? If heel pain is affecting your ability to exercise and meet your walking or running goals, relief is as close as your local podiatrist. Podiatric physicians are highly trained doctors who specialize in medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle. Ohio Foot and Ankle podiatric physicians are available across the state and are devoted to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care.
For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Flexible, secure, fun. Oh, and great pay, too. Are you not sure what you want to do for a career? Or are you thinking of changing careers? Being a dental hygienist or dental assistant may be the perfect fit for you and provides all of these perks, plus more. Talk with a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org to learn more. Become a valuable member of the dental team and start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A little bit of patchy fog out there this morning. Temperatures will be mild in the mid-40s with mostly quiet conditions starting off the day. Rain chances will be on the rise as we head toward the afternoon. Temperatures will hover near 50 for the high today. Rain will start to mix with a little bit of snow early Wednesday. With light snow possible throughout the day, impact should be minimal. That's your latest 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
In high school, Bobby was a district swimming finalist. Also, Beamer still wears floaties. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, before we head out and check with our great friend, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre, it's time to go to the Rooster. And it's Tuesday, which means it's an appetizer Tuesday over at
Appetizer Tuesday.
Which means you can get the featured appetizer for just $3 all day long at any of your Roosters. Austin, the featured appetizer at Roosters is what?
Fried mushrooms at your participating Roosters location. Taste tested them on Monday, as I always do. Bob and I hanging out there with the live show on the podcast. They're fantastic. Get a little ranch. I like to kick it up.
Ooh.
Spicy ranch.
Yeah, nice.
Like, just get real creative
what about
with
that
it.
pluck you sauce that Bob talks about?
I don't know. I've never... That would be a good idea. I might try that with some of the fried mushrooms.
I'm an innovator.
Everyone can do it. Ask for all of the dipping sauces, but you can get those fried mushrooms. They're warm, delicious, crispy. Sometimes. Not always, but just wonderful. They're $3 on a Tuesday.
Hey, we're going to be giving away a $50 gift card to Roosters. And you know what? Everyone knows it's better to give than receive. In this holiday season, when you buy $50 in Roosters gift cards, you're going to receive a $10 Roosters buck. Giving and receiving. What could possibly be better? You can pick up Roosters gift cards at any of their locations or buy them online at roosterswings.com. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to all from everyone over at our good friends over at Roosters.
It's a fun, casual drink.
Morning Juice presents Talking Jackets.
Now it's Boone Jenner along the end boards, and he stuffs it behind Peter Mrazek for the score.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
All right, we're checking in with our good friend, as we do every single Tuesday. He is the hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre. Jean-Luc, how you living? You living all right? Coming off that West Coast swing? I mean, I know that you weren't out there, but you had to stay awake on Eastern time. That seems like a lot for someone living back here in East Coast time.
Oh, you're too kind. I'm fully recovered. Fully recovered. I'm all good now.
Is Bobby Mack recovered too? I mean, we were checking in with him yesterday and last week, and he had to dip into his stash of, I believe, blackberry brandy to make sure that he was all right. Like, is everybody feeling fully healthy as we get into the teeth of the season?
I've not seen Bobby back yet, but I will see him this morning. So, honestly, I didn't call him when he was out in Chicago because clearly he had some voice problems, so I didn't want to talk to him. So, hopefully he's feeling better now. But, yes, I think everybody's going to be ready.
What do you make of the road trip, Jean-Luc? Obviously, they started it and they finished it with a win, and then in between got beat up pretty good by the Canucks, Oilers, and the Flames. But, I mean, positives on the start and the finish for the Jackets on their little 5-game swing out there.
Yes, it was. Good start. Chicago, which is a game that obviously you expected the Blue Jackets to win that one. So they took care of business. And, it's kind of funny with hockey, right? The game that you expect them the least to win, which was Winnipeg, then they beat Winnipeg. So I guess that's why you play the games. The middle of the trip, it got tough by the third loss, but it was like a mix of like special team not having success and other things for me that really stood out during that trip. And in the last game, the Blue Jackets finally get to score a power play goal, and little did you know that they end up winning that game. So for me, more than ever now, special team success really is going to help this team win and lose, because 5-on-5 scoring has not been the issue whatsoever for the team. But unfortunately, the penalty kill, allowing one too many goals here, gets you out of the game pretty early sometime.
Jean-Luc, you've been through this before. When you get to the last period of a road trip, it's like, well, you can go two ways. You can just check out. So, it's not been our trip. Let's just get out of here and get home. Or maybe in the room they could just say, hey, guys, let's just empty the tank here, which it seems like that's what the Jackets did on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. And, emptying the tank is something that I don't even know how to explain it. It's almost like, let's say you go on a 10-mile run, right? And you're finally, I'm saying 10 miles because for me that would be impossible to do. So let's call it a 3-mile run, right? The last half mile, right, is like, am I just going to walk it, or do I just want to finish strong and get out of it and somehow feel good about myself? That's the best way to compare it when you're on a long road trip like that. And you just want to get home and you're like, all right, let's just sweat it out. Hopefully we get a day off tomorrow. And that's basically the mental approach to the last game of the road trip, because, and I'm not blaming it on that, but sometimes, you play a night and then all of a sudden you're like, oh boy, we got 2 more in the next 3 nights. And you're like, oh, we got to do it again. Sometimes it's just human nature, right? And it's not that you're becoming lazy, but you might not go the extra mile. So it's really hard to push yourself on those long road trips, so good on them for doing that.
He is the hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. After that trip, Jean-Luc, coming up here, just in these next 3 games, Jackets with a nice little homestand coming out here. Obviously, torching the Flyers in town tonight. You got the Caps on Thursday, and then you finish up the homestand with the Ducks on Saturday. What are you kind of expecting here? I think the next, 10 out of 11 are in the Eastern Conference. So it seems to be like this portion of the schedule could be make or break time for the Jackets when it comes to either staying in the playoff race or blowing themselves out in these next 11 games.
Yeah, well, fortunately for this team, home has been great. And obviously not having to go to West Coast really anymore this year, aside maybe Vegas, Dallas, and like Utah, one-off trips, is definitely something that they've been through the grueling part of the season already as a group, aside from injuries. But as far as travel, it's really that's pretty much it for them. So, more than ever, they're still somewhat in the race, sitting right at 500. So I like where they're sitting because as a team, this is usually like the trips where you're like, oh boy, now we're really going to see what this team is made of. Well, they already got rid of those 2 trips early in the season, and we're not even at Christmas yet. So I really like their chance to, be in the talk there come springtime. So, but I think you're right. The next month or so, those next 10, 12 games is definitely going to let us know what kind of, what they're made of, I guess, is the best way to say it. What you're made of, we're about to find out here. But, I'm not really worried about the Blue Jackets at home. It's been more of the, what's happening on the road, and let's see how they do on the East Coast trips there when the season continues.
I don't think I've been into Nationwide for any of the Flyers visits with Torts on the bench there, Jean-Luc. What has been the reception generally like when he comes back here?
It's been great. He's a guy that was clearly loved by the fan base here, and he's an extremely genuine person, and obviously his press conference are always fantastic. So everybody loved, and that's the thing with Columbus. When you have a player or a coach that really kind of like standing there, kind of like Tort's speech, right? And, wants to do it for the city of Columbus and really embraces it with, putting your work boots and wanting to go in the mud and work hard for the city. People appreciate it. And I think that's what we have with Dean Evason here this year. And I believe that is why the fans are so excited about it. Because, you look at the record, yes, 500 is okay, but this is not like a Stanley Cup winning team right now that you're seeing on the ice. However, people are extremely excited simply by the way the team is playing, right? And how hard they work. That's what the people want here in Columbus, and they have it right now. So just like Torts, I think Dean Evason, is getting a great response from the fans as well, and that's what makes them special coaches.
I think it's what we've been asking for just the last couple of years, right? I mean, just one boot in front of the other and try to work your way up the standings and keep alive in the playoff race until spring. Jean-Luc, before we get you out of here, I know that Dean Evason can be prickly sometimes too. John Tortorella, obviously, his history. If you were going both of those fine gentlemen skating against each other, Torts yelling at Dino, you want to have a go, who's coming out in a brawl on the ice between those two?
Well, I'll take Dean just because of the look on his face that he has, right? I mean, it's just like he's not the biggest man in stature, but that look, I mean,
grizzly.
If you just look at him behind the bench, you're like, this guy's not a friendly individual, is he? But he's so funny and so awesome. So I would probably take Dean simply because he played, and obviously he fought a lot when he played as well. Now, Torts, he'd probably bite your ear off if he has to, because he's not gonna let you go that easily. But in a fair fight, I'd probably take Dean.
Jean-Luc, always appreciate the time. Thanks for jumping on with us here this morning. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy the weather. Looking forward to the game call tonight, buddy, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
All right, guys. Have a great one.
There he goes, our good friend, the hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Torts would stab you in a fight.
He sure would. He's got shankability.
Yeah, Bob always likes to say, you need to find somebody that can shank somebody, and Torts is the person to bring the shiv to the
especially a media member.
If Rimmer's phone went off one more time during the press conference, you may have seen someone get shanked on live television. We got your favorite pitcher's favorite pitcher, Jensen Lewis. He's going to join us. We'll talk about the crazy money on the Soto contract, what to expect this offseason around baseball. We're going to check in with him in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are still watching one crash on the north side of town on I-270 eastbound. We've got the right shoulder blocked off in those eastbound lanes, just as you're passing Sawmill Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game changer, and coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection, why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month.
Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Does your vehicle need maintenance, but you don't have time? Krieger Ford's got you covered. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or we come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
Getting the cold shoulder? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination. One of these guys thinks Clintonville was named after Bill Clinton. You're listening to Morning Juice.
All right, we're heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline as we got Austin Ward filling in for Bob today. And checking with your favorite pitcher's favorite pitcher. He is Jensen Lewis. J-Lu, happy winter meetings, pal. What's going on?
Hey, gentlemen, good to be with you. And I guess the proverbial first shoe is dropped here, and it was
quite a heavy one. Quite the mighty shoe that fell.
That's a Shaquille O'Neal size shoe dropping here. I thought that the money, honestly, being, I know we talked about this last year. I thought the money that Ohtani got. I was more intrigued in the language of, all right, at some point he's going to be done pitching. Are you going to pay a DH $70 million? Well, we have our answer, and it may be 51 to 55 million for the last 10 years of that deal. But mind-boggling stuff, guys. And I had put it out, I think, on Sunday. I said, this might be a hot take, but I don't think it is anymore. The teams that don't sign Juan Soto are the true winners because now all that payroll flexibility and all that available for the Yankees and other teams that did not get his services. So anxious to see how that domino effect really affects the rest of the market.
Jensen, how can this keep continuing? It's every year escalating. You said with Ohtani and now this with Soto. Like, it feels like we're not far away from $1 billion deal. And
Ellie's getting the billion.
And it maybe is going to be Ellie and probably one of these same, the Dodgers or Mets or Yankees. Like, it's a short list of teams that can afford to pay it. I just, why are they? And when is this actually going to stop?
I think, honestly, the deferral part and the creativity of where the Dodgers are at that juncture was really ahead of its time, if you will, considering what the massive amount of money was they committed to Ohtani. For people I've talked to, guys, they have pretty much made the money for Ohtani, the duration of his contract, and now have the ability to, go upwards of $1 billion just in deferrals. Now, guys, they're a printing press, and here's the outlier for the Dodgers and maybe the Giants or the Padres if they get Roki Sasaki. You not only have the domestic input as far as dollars from fans and memorabilia and rights and all those things. You basically have an entire country, too, in Japan with all their fans. And so I think that's what people have to keep in mind here is, first and foremost, the Dodgers' revenue stream is unlike any others. And so that's why they were able to do it back-to-back years with Ohtani, Yamamoto, and then again so far this offseason with Blake Snell. But as far as $1 billion contract, I'm anxious to see where we are in the CBA negotiations here in a couple of years, and knowing that expansion is probably on the horizon, we'll get 2 new teams at least. I think that is going to create a groundswell of more dollars that could go around. I don't know if we get to $1 billion. I don't know if we see $700 million again. But I would say if anyone has the greatest opportunity to capitalize on a monumental deal, the next monumental one, I'm with you. I think Elliott's got a great shot.
He is Jensen Lewis with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. It is crazy, J-Lu, because I was reading something about the Dodgers business metrics as well, and I want to say it's either division opponents or teams who they play most on their schedule, on the road. They have been selling corporate ads for them, for the Dodgers partners in those stadiums because they get such a high number of TV viewership. So it is pretty remarkable to look at. Outside of the Soto contract, which I was just watching ESPN, and They had Buster Olney on here talking about how the Yankees had a 16-year, $760 million offer for Soto in there, and they that was not enough.
Sorry.
Yeah, so everybody's feeling bad for the Yankees. Guards and Reds offseason. Guardians, what to expect? Because obviously there have been some rumors going on that Josh Naylor, Lane Thomas may be kind of the hot names for the Gardos.
Yeah, and Beamer, to put it frankly, this isn't a surprise that every team will listen on nearly everyone, and these sorts of rumors are out there. I think the landscape of what they accomplished last year is one where they realize they can't run it back without improvements, and a lot of that predicated on their rotation. Of course, the news of Shane Bieber coming back is good. We probably won't see him, though, I would say until June, maybe at the earliest. So you're looking at a Tanner Bybee, Gavin Williams, Joey Cantillo, and then is it Ben Lively again getting in? Is it Tristan McKenzie fighting for a final rotation spot? I'll tell you the name for me to keep an eye on is Emmanuel Clase. Okay. And I say that because I think they feel pretty comfortable that the heir apparent in Cade Smith is in-house. The haul you could get for Clase, because his contract is still massively affordable, is one to watch. It will also be something that won't shock me from a team perspective. They have been so good in years past, guys, of knowing when to pull the plug on pitchers, because it feels like the next year they just go down. Not saying that's going to happen, but I would be really intrigued to see what those kind of offers are. It doesn't surprise me on Naylor as far as an extension candidate. I don't know if there's going to be mutual ground there, so he would definitely be a candidate. And Lane Thomas, guys, when they acquired him, was always going to be someone that they maybe look to flip. Again, all that being said, I think they really like the group that they have, but won't be shocked if more of these rumors surface.
Jensen, what do you expect in this new regime down in Cincinnati?
I expect Tito to get ready to roll from day one and really impart that sort of, hey, fellas, we're here to win now. And they have a good team, guys. When you think about getting Matt McClain back, TJ Friedel had a few injury spurts there that really affected the dynamic at the top of their lineup. Tyler Stevenson and Spencer Steer in the middle. Jamer Candelario was an amazing addition for them. I think it's a better and healthy year from CES. We'll see what Noelvi Marte has, but it begins and ends with that rotation. If that rotation is healthy, and Beamer, I've told you this, through last year, I'm like, you are really one really good, healthy rotation season away from that team being really good.
They're either first or last. Like, that's what they are.
This division is going to get real tight because I don't know if the Brewers can run it back, losing Adames. He was such a pivotal leader for them in the clubhouse and, of course, on the field. The Cubs, I don't know why they're not going after, the big-time guys, because it's there for the taking, and they've got the money to do it. But yeah, I think Tito will have these boys ready from day one. It should be a fun season in Cincinnati.
Yeah, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Tito Francona coming in off of David Bell. All right, the real reason we brought you on here today, because it's not proposal. I don't want to use that word, but the
trial balloon
of the golden at bat rule. J-Lou, last week when we were talking about this with Shark's head almost popped off of his shoulders when because it was the first time that he had heard about it when I was saying it to him on the air. And he already has a strong dislike, I guess would be the word to use, for Rob Manfred and ruining his game of baseball. Your thoughts on the golden at bat rule, which it's hard for me to fathom that would even be a real thing that they're talking about. But just your thoughts on that.
I would say if you're going to give something like that to the hitters, then we should have a reentry rule for pitchers too. You got to have to bring us back in. I think it's ludicrous. I'm with I'm with Shark. Yeah. I don't listen. It's hard enough to get big league hitters out, but Ohtani, I can't remember if it was the example of Ohtani. It's bases loaded. In less than 2 outs, you punch him out, and then all of a sudden Dave Roberts wants to run him right back out there.
There he is again.
I expended enough energy and lost enough hair to try and get him out in this spot. You want me to do it again? Literally in the next AB, I don't know if this will have any legs to it, boys.
Yeah, I think that they've done. I think the pitch clock has been successful, Jensen.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you'd agree. You do agree, okay?
Yep.
But I don't think you have to. Shortening the games helped, I think, capture the attention span Like, that's the dwindling issue. But I don't know what the Golden at Bat would accomplish in that front.
Yeah. I mean, hey, controversy always surrounds some of these offseason ideas, and I don't think that will have legs. I'm with you, the pitch clock, and in talking with guys, especially infielders, it keeps you locked in. It keeps you in a cadence that will allow you to be or maximize your ability, and you just don't trail off as much. So I'm with you, and trust me, I know Mama likes me getting home half an hour earlier each night. So I can tell you that has always been one for me where you want your guys locked in. You want your players also in that position of, okay, the concentration is there, the ability to not have the injury risk elevate. I think we're kind of past that from the pitching side, but yeah, I'm all for it.
Hey, before we get you out of here, what do you think about the playoffs? I know that you and I have sat here for like the last handful of years around this time, said that they're making a TV show, and I think the College Football Playoff Selection Committee did a pretty good job of making games of intrigue for TV shows.
They did. So I have two takes. Number one, how do you not have chips, dip, and wings when they show the live view of all 14 of those people in there?
It's the worst watch party of all time.
It's awful.
Very suspect. It's like study hall gone wrong. Don't like it. Beamer, I've told you this, and I'll say the same again, is that I wish they would reseed, and how the lowest seed, like Oregon goes and runs the table, and you reward them by playing either a Tennessee team that is really good or a Buckeyes. Like, I think that's the one thing you look at for next year. And you did the automatic qualifiers for the conference champs, great. But let's get rid of the buys. Everybody plays. We're already doing the super weekends for NFL playoffs. Why not do it for these guys and allow the regular season to still mean something by rewarding those teams at the top and not put them in what looks like a guillotine road for a couple of these squads.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Are you coming to the game on the 21st, J-Lo?
I have not decided yet. Okay. We'll be down in Key West this weekend, so we'll get the minds together and see if that makes sense. If not, one of the local establishments to cheer them on. And you guys know my disdain for Rocky Top as a Vanderbilt Commodore.
Of course.
So even more rooting interest than already present.
Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for popping on with us here this morning. You say you're going down to Key West this weekend?
Yeah, we'll
have a great time. Have a great time when you're flying by us, all right?
You got it. Sounds good, boys.
There he goes. Jensen Lewis with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We're going to get Juice next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we are watching big slowdowns on the south side on I-270. This is in those northbound lanes. Right as you're passing Alum Creek Drive, we've got the right lanes blocked off because of a disabled vehicle. Crews are working to clear up. Also on I-270 eastbound on the north side of town in Dublin, watch for the right shoulder slightly blocked off just past Sawmill Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stutterwald with your fan traffic.
At Custom Air, integrity is key. That's why there are no high-pressure sales tactics, just a commitment for friendly and professional service. That's the way they do things. It's the Custom Air way.
Make the most of your holidays with the Kroger app. You can enjoy over $600 in digital coupons every week. Get access to low prices and earn fuel points to save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. The Kroger app makes it easy to save this holiday season. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save on private selection Angus 90% lean ground sirloin. 1 pound packages are $5.99 each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This wasn't how Patrick pictured himself in retirement. Instead of playing golf every day, he could barely walk because of his severe knee pain.
It hampered everything because it hurt to walk around the golf course. It hurt to swing, just pretty much hurt doing anything.
But the groundbreaking regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics changed everything for Patrick. QC Kinetics uses your body's own healing properties to help repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, hips, back, and shoulders. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
The turnaround's been amazing from where I was to where I am now. I've gone from a 15 handicap down to a 7 handicap. That's because my knees allow me to play golf like I haven't been able to play probably in 15 years.
Don't let joint pain keep you from doing what you love. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
380-208-4544.
Ready to hit the road in a new car? With Pathways, enjoy up to 90 days with no payments and low auto loan rates. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner. Federally insured by NCUA.
Come try Skyline Chili's new mac and cheese 3-way, made with creamy cavatappi pasta in a 3-cheese blend, topped with Skyline chili and their shredded Wisconsin cheddar. The new mac and cheese 3-way at participating Skyline locations for a limited time.
Hey friends, Beamer here. Look, it's no secret I've got some weight to lose. I look around, see everybody else here at the radio station. Other friends have done it as well. All have done it with Awaken 180. So I said to myself, all right, let's see what this is all about. I've never tried a diet or weight loss program before. Wouldn't touch the meds. It all sounded terrible. Cut this out, cut that out. Work out constantly, inject myself for life. Hard pass, no thanks. I need something that I can actually do. And Awaken 180, it makes sense. You eat more often, you keep the flavor, and most importantly, it works. I'm only 3 days in, down 7 pounds. Poof, 7 pounds already. I'm finding the rhythm, eating more frequently, and actually having fun cooking dinner again. Tasty food that fits the plan. I spatchcocked the chicken the other night. When have I ever done that before? My why is simple. I need to be around for Willie. I need to be able to play with him. I need to keep up with him and be there for him. So if you need a plan that works, do what I'm doing and everyone else has already done. Visit awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800. 844-346-1800. Let's get it done.
Most radio stations suck. Here's why. They don't invest in local programming. We are live and local 14 hours a day. You can rest assured that every stupid thing we say is 100% local. Homegrown dumb since day one. The Fan.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. If you make a wisecrack about Dayton Pizza, Beamer will murder you dead.
Humor. I have it too.
This is Morning Juice.
Austin Ward hanging out with us today. Bob will be back on Thursday.
Maybe.
And then you'll be back in with me on Friday. It's PTO season. It's holiday season. Like, I'm off on Thursday. Bob's back in. I don't think we're doing a show together until the day before Ohio State against Tennessee. That's just, everyone's got PTO. We got to cram in here at the end of the year. And with the college football playoff being unknown whether Ohio State was going to play the 20th or the 21st, then you had to wait for schedules and everything. So it's a little bit of a crazy time around here, but we're always glad to have you in here.
That just keeps me, I'm staying loose in the bullpen.
Yeah.
Timmy, I was on the Buckeye show last night.
Yes, you were.
And I was joking with him. It's like, I'm so old. I don't get those you up texts anymore. It's just like, hey, can you come in and do the Buckeye show? I'll be there.
I'll be around.
That's what I'm waiting for.
I'll be around.
Ka-ching.
Don't you worry about that. I'll be here.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Sharky, we didn't get a chance to listen to this guy today at 6:33 and or coming up at 8:05, but we will have an opportunity to talk to Schlegs tomorrow at that time. What's he saying today?
Ohio State came calling like, hey, we want you to be the next AD. Listen, I'm game. Okay? I don't need a lot. My farm down around town, really easy commute into the city, but I just need Monster and a whiteboard, and guess what? GSD, baby. I can fundraise and talk to people with the best of them.
What's GSD stand for?
I can't say on the radio.
Get stuff done.
Making
stuff is not the word he uses, but
Ross Bjork.
Something.
Ross Bjork always wears those sometimes eccentric outfits.
I don't think they're eccentric.
Sports jackets.
Wait,
you don't normally see.
Compared to Gene? That's eccentric.
Yeah. I was just thinking, though, if Schlegels was the AD, he'd be wearing, Carhartt to press conferences and some
Rocky boots.
I mean, that guy is
scent lock.
And he'd smell. According to Bobby, Schlegels does not have great hygiene.
Well, because he's working out 24 hours a day.
That's why he's got to wear that.
And
sunblock.
he's got a diet of steady iron.
and he covers it up with some really nice cologne. Speaking of Bobby, he made an appearance. I don't even know what time he came in today. 5:30. Yeah, brought me my wings. 10 flappers, garlic from Roosters. Thank you, Bob. That has me juiced. This is, you guys know that I don't know a lot about soccer. I don't follow the sport too much, but they played the Women's College Cup last night, also known as the NCAA Championship. North Carolina beat Wake Forest 1-0. It was the 43rd NCAA women's soccer title. The Tar Heels now have won 22 of them.
Yeah, they're dominant.
Powerhouse.
22 out of 43, and it was the first one they've won since 2012. So really, at one point, they had won 21 out of the first 31. Crazy.
Pretty good.
Makes me want to become a soccer fan now.
You
watch women's soccer.
You would look good in that Carolina blue.
I liked, was it like 2008 when what's her name revealed herself?
Oh, no. That was 1999. That was 1999.
Sure.
Brandy Chastain.
2008. Boy, time flies.
Whoa, that was 25 years ago.
I told you
in
I
the
don't
Rose Bowl.
follow it much.
She's got a statue out in front of the Rose Bowl.
Hope Solo was around then revealing some things.
I do know that Hope had some issues in her private life.
Yes, she did.
Which became public.
Yep.
The Cowboys lost to the Bengals in Monday Night Football in Dallas. I wish I had thought of this, but I actually got it from Jay Reynolds on Sports Center all night. Got out of my silo and listened to it.
You can listen to that before us.
The Cowboys have as many wins at AT&T Stadium this year as Jake Paul. One.
That was fixed, though.
What a great stat. And then I got this nugget on Monday Night Football. It was out of my solo again. It's silo. I was out of my solo
Silo.
I knew the Bears had a rough first half against the 49ers. Do you know this stat, Beam?
Lay it on me. I'll tell you if I know it or not.
I didn't watch the game, so I didn't realize this.
I'll tell you how I watched the game after you're done with it.
This is the stat of the year. Chicago had more punts in the first half than total yards. 5 punts, 4 offensive yards.
That was a hell of a half.
That's unbelievable.
Hell of a half.
It's probably not the first time it's ever happened.
It's got to be one of them.
It's a short list.
That's like the Snow Bowl in 1950 at the Horseshoe where there were 29 punts and 0 first downs.
I mean, it was so I was watching the game on Sunday. 4 o'clock rolls around. They're playing at 4:25. Willie gets up from his nap around 3. We're watching the witching hour at home, Shark, to see all the madness that's going on in the 1 o'clock games. And at 5 o'clock at the little gym that we go to, there's a Santa meet. So we've got 5 o'clock reservations to go meet the big dog. So we go in there. We go to the little gym. I mean, it is pure chaos in there, too. I mean, there's probably 70 kids running around with 1 or 2 parents apiece in this. It's a nice place, but it was crowded. And so, I mean, they got snowballs flying all over the place. Not, real snowballs, but just like cotton snowballs, basically. So we're throwing those around. William's running around. They do a performance for their older kids, which was really neat. William was having no part of it. Everybody else was sitting on their parents' laps. William was like jumping on mats in the back. Like he wanted no part of watching people. And then we got him to go meet Santa. And in the meantime, every time I'm just looking down at my phone because I've got the game on and I'm like watching it on YouTube TV on the Sunday Ticket on my phone. So I'm just looking down, looking back up for him for like 3 or 4 minutes. Every time the Bears got the ball and I looked down at my phone, they were punting. Like every single time that they had the ball, they were then punting. So eventually I just put it away. And when we got back, I got back middle of the third quarter to watch what was a devastation. Thomas Brown the new head coach of the Bears, the interim head coach, the shortest-lived interim hype. Maybe he could take over, because after that performance, I no longer think he's a candidate.
Yes. I don't think he nailed the audition.
No.
Hey, Beam.
Yeah.
Was William scared of Santa?
He was a little tepid, but we have this like old school, I don't even know when it's from, Shark. I'll send you a picture of it later. Or I can just show you during the break, which would be a lot easier. We have this like old school Santa that we plug in to the wall, and he just lights up. Like, you just got a light inside him, but he's old school and he's just all made out of like plastic. So he's familiar with Santa. He likes Santa. He sees Santa on TV. He's got like a lot of shirts with Santa on it, like little figurines. We see Santa all the place. And he goes, Santa, ho, ho. And like, he knows what he does. But then when we walked up to actual Santa, like real human Santa, on Sunday when he was making an appearance at Polaris, good job for him scrambling the reindeer getting down here for that time. He walked in the room, and then he kind of looked back at Meredith and me, and he was like, I don't know if I like this. And so we tried to sit him down like by himself near Santa, and he did the thing that he always does. He waggles the finger, and he just goes, no, no. And he was like walking away. There were no tears, but he was just not having it. And then once we sat down in front of Santa and Mrs. Claus, he was okay. He was okay with him. And then he gave Mrs. Claus and Santa a high five when he left, and then we were fine. But at the very beginning, no, he was tepid at best.
Same with Pia.
Mm-hmm.
Santa brought the missus to this one, huh?
Yeah. She talked all day about going to visit Santa. And I think it's amazing. The world is huge. But for Santa to appear right here in our home,
that's awesome, isn't it?
He's a huge celebrity.
He is.
He's world's biggest celebrity.
Absolutely. And so she talked about meeting Santa. Santa. And then she got to Santa and take a picture, and she was not cracking any smiles.
It's scary meeting a celebrity like that.
Well, he's big and jolly, and he's got a big red nose, and red cheeks, and a big white beard.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be scared of him too at 1 year old.
He was also at Bridge Park on Saturday.
Look at him. He's just doing the Columbus swing.
That was smart. I guess that's good planning.
Yeah, it is good planning.
Austin, what has you juiced?
I'm hearing a lot from folks that I haven't seen in 15, 20 years down in that 865 area code. Why they decided that they were all going to text me before 8 a.m. yesterday after the brackets were out, I don't know. But they were planning trips to Columbus. Tennessee fans are excited for the playoff. And I think that helped me. I was obviously annoyed with some of the selection process. We were coming off of the difficult week and the awkward press conferences on Wednesday with Ryan Day and everything that happened on November 30th. Yeah, we've rehashed plenty on the Morning Juice and elsewhere. But I think that did help, like getting some perspective about the excitement that Tennessee feels about the playoff, and that if Ohio State doesn't match that passion and that urgency and that intensity from not just the program, but the fan base, the administrators, the people planning what the horseshoe is going to be like in prime time on December 21st, like it's a reminder, a helpful one, that a national title is on the line.
Yeah.
That the playoff has never, a playoff, 12-team playoff has never happened. A playoff game has never been played in Ohio Stadium. You have an SEC team coming to Columbus. All those things are exciting. And if people don't want to get excited for that, so be it. But I think most Ohio State fans are ready to turn the page to that. They're always going to be upset about losing the game. I'm not telling you not to. But there is something that's in front of this team and for fans and for us to cover that is going to be pretty darn cool. And I think that, that snapped it into focus. We're at that point now.
Yeah, I'm with you. Not that I've moved past that loss, but we're looking on. We're looking on to Tennessee.
Can't change it.
Santa has me juiced. Hope Solo has me juiced as well. Sounds like Bill Belichick. I mean, I told you you'd look good in that Carolina Blue Shark. Bill Belichick may look better. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching some slowdowns on the southeast side on I-270 northbound. The right two lanes are blocked off right near the 270-33 split, and we've got some backups trickling to Alum Creek Drive. Watch for that on the southeast side. And then on the north side of town near Dublin, the right shoulder blocked off on I-270 eastbound just as you're passing Sawmill Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Billiards Plus has the area's best selection of pool tables, shuffleboard tables, poker tables, and more. Select tables are still in stock, so hurry before they run out. Find stocking stuffers galore with darts, cues, and more game room goodies. Shop Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. The holidays are here, and let's face it, it's easy to put on a few extra pounds between the parties, the food, and the stress. But this year, do something different and try semaglutide from Affinity Whole Health. Semaglutide is a game changer for weight loss. It'll help curb cravings and keep your energy up so you can tackle the holidays with ease. If you're thinking about TRT or already on it, they work together for amazing results. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
What's better than giving a gift everyone wants? Getting free gas and groceries by earning perks on gift cards purchased at Giant Eagle Market District and GetGo. Choose from hundreds of gift cards to make everyone merry at Giant Eagle Market District and GetGo.
Add $179 million in total cash prizes.
Mom, what are you doing?
Mix in 3 parts bills, bonus boxes, and multipliers.
Is this some kind of recipe?
Gradually stir in a ton of excitement.
Oh, you're trying to make Ohio Lottery holiday scratch-offs, aren't you? Stop overcomplicating things. Just go buy all your favorites like Holiday Cash, Holiday Lucky Times 10, and Merry Money.
Oh, that is easier.
Uh-huh.
Now help sift non-winning tickets into My Lotto Rewards for a second chance to win.
Play Holiday Scratch-Offs. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Football fans, meet your new full-service auto partner, Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. From Honda to Ford to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, we have the perfect vehicle for every football fan. Stuck on the road? Our 24/7 towing and roadside assistance is just one call away. And our Carvenience service means no hassle, just great service. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. For unbeatable deals and unbelievable service, visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game changer, and coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection, why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark at the 2-minute warning in Monday Night Football at Dallas. The Bengals faced 4th and 27 at their own 29-yard line. Score tied 20-20. Cincinnati's punt was blocked, but instead of jumping away from the ball, a Cowboys player tried to pick it up and failed. The Bengals pounced on it at their own 43. 3 plays later, Joe Burrow connected with Jamar Chase on a 40-yard touchdown pass. Bengals win 27-20 to improve to 5-8. The Heisman Trophy will be awarded to college football's top player on Saturday. Last night, the 4 finalists were announced. They are Oregon quarterback Dylan Gabriel, Colorado receiver and defensive back Travis Hunter, Boise State running back Ashton Genty, and Miami quarterback Cam Ward. The Sports Center is sponsored by Dormar Heating and Air Conditioning. Need an emergency repair? Dormar can be there today. Guaranteed. Visit them at dormarheating.com. Breaking sports news on The Fan.
Bobby is known as the General. Beamer is known as Beamer. This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 3 of the program for us on Tuesday. Brandon Beam, Austin Ward, Mark the Shark. Coming up here at 8:30 this morning, Uncle Beau. He's going to join the program. We can talk some Buckeyes, talk some Browns, talk how to navigate Christmas time with your family. So very much looking forward to our weekly conversation coming up with Uncle Beau. He's going to join us again at 8:30.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
By the way, programming no Schlegs today. Tomorrow at this very time, though, we will get a chance to talk to him. So Schleg Day delayed by a day.
Set your alarm.
Had family hunting day yesterday, so couldn't hop on the program or today, this morning. He's out in the woods, but we are going to get a chance to talk to him coming up here tomorrow at this very time. Monday Night Football last night, Bengals 27, Cowboys 20. Leon Lett Part 3, a blocked muff punt under the 2-minute warning seals the deal for the Bengals because then swiftly Jamar Chase scores a touchdown and kills the Cowboys 27-20.
Joey B, phenomenal, 369 yards.
Oh!
Guy is just on fire, just carving him up. Had one little misfire that was led to a pick, but you just can't find somebody who is giving their team more. Maybe Josh Allen, perhaps Saquon Barkley, but imagine what would be happening to the Bengals without Joe Burrow.
A disaster. We saw it last season too.
They weren't a disaster last season without Joe Burrow.
But
they would be now.
They were without him, and they weren't very good without him.
But I don't think they would have won a single game without Joe Burrow right now, playing at the level he is.
Probably correct.
That's pretty valuable.
Yeah. I mean, when he slinged the pill 44 times, like, you're going to throw a pick. And he did that.
You know what was interesting? There was a stretch in that game where, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman were talking about the Bengals, and Chase Brown was hitting a couple runs up the middle. And they're like, Zach Taylor really likes to just throw it then because that sets up the run. And I don't know why that stuck out in my mind. Maybe it was November 30th. But it does seem like that's something that you can do.
No, you have to run to set up the pass, Austin.
Oh.
Yeah, no, you gotta run like 16 times right into the middle of a Michigan defense to set up.
And
the
that
pass.
Loosens up the secondary.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
I was watching the Simpsons cast last night, and they were throwing the ball a lot to Chase Brown, like out of the backfield, and getting him involved.
Who was he? Millhouse?
Yeah. I don't know who Chase Brown actually on his touchdown was Lisa. But Lisa was tap dancing on the sidelines. By the way, good job out of him jumping into the Salvation Army bucket. I love that. That's great. I'm glad that people continue to do that. Zeke was the first one to do it, and now it's just like a holiday tradition that we're doing that, which is fantastic. And so I was watching the Simpsons broadcast, and I think Dan Orlovsky and Mina Kimes, like, they were on the call. It was ESPN. I was watching it on Disney Plus. You could have watched it on ESPN Plus. And at one point in the game, like, they were just not targeting Jamar Chase. Now that obviously changed. Jamar had an incredible night. But someone was asking Dan Orlovsky, like, what do you think about Chase Brown getting so many targets? He was like, I don't know. I'd probably just target number one more often. And then from that point on, it was like, Jamar.
Wait, was he programming the Simpsons game? And he just decided it was like a video game? And that controlled reality?
It should have.
That's weird.
Either that or
the technology now is wild.
Or they were watching the game a minute ahead of time before the Simpsons broadcast kicked in, and he knew what was going to happen.
That's crazy.
Like when Trey Hendrickson got to, why am I blanking on, was it Cooper Rush?
It was Cooper Rush last night.
What a rush. When Trey Hendrickson got to him, they're like, hey, who for this Bengals defense can make an impact? They're like, Trey Hendrickson. And then he just came around the corner like a wrecking ball. So it was fun. I had a good time watching that. Had a good time watching the Simpsons cast. Again, didn't watch the whole game in Simpsons time, but I did like checking in a little bit. The best part was like on the benches for the Bengals and the Cowboys, they were just all drinking and playing pool and darts at Moe's ball.
Moe's on the sideline?
Yeah, like it was just Moe's on the sideline, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, so the Bengals get it done 27-20. I love Joe Burrow too. Like, yep, love to win the game. Might be meaningless, but we won.
It could have meaning. I mean, running through the scenarios, you win the next four.
What do the standings look like?
9 and 8 could do it. 8 and 9, I don't think is going to, but
let's look at those playoff standings. So the last team right now in the playoffs as of today, you have the Ravens, the Chargers, and the Broncos all sitting at 8 and 5. The Broncos are currently the 7 seed at 8 and 5. And the Broncos finish up their season. They got the Colts coming into town this weekend to Mile High. That's going to be tough. At the Chargers, then at the Bengals. So, all right, they have to go to Cincinnati the second to last week of the season and then play at home against the Chiefs the last week. So
there's a chance.
2 out of their last 3 are division games, and then the one being the Bengals trying to track him down. They're not dead. They are close.
That's what when we turned it off and we're getting ready to go to bed, now he's like, that doesn't matter. I'm like, well, maybe.
It might.
You can win the last 5.
It might.
Now, I said the week before, it's like, well, win 5 out of 6. You can do that. Like, it's possible. Joe B gets hot. They go on a run. I don't want to keep saying that. So maybe it would be helpful if the Bengals could just put in the misery.
It's not Joe's problem.
I know it's not Joe's problem. It's partly Joe's problem. I'm going to stay in that camp that Joe could have helped financially. But he is doing
to fix the defense this year.
It could have allowed some resources to be allocated elsewhere.
$12 or $20 million in cap space to spend this year, and they didn't do it.
Well, maybe they wouldn't have spent it properly anyway. There's no way to know for sure. Joe Burrow is earning his paycheck without question. So I'm just saying maybe there's a 2% thing that we could attach to that I would have liked to have seen differently.
Bengals running at the Titans this weekend, home against the Browns, home against the Broncos, which is the big game we're talking about, and then at the Steelers. So playoff implications could be on the line for both teams heading into.
Sounds like a 5-game winning streak to close the season.
Hey, that's right. It does. So Bengals win last night on Monday Night Football, 27-20. Ohio State women's basketball in action tonight against Ball State at 6 o'clock, 5:45 on ESPN Columbus. That is 1460 AM or 97.1 HD2 if you have an HD radio. Jackets at home against the Flyers at 7. 6:30 coverage for us begins here on The Fan. What'd you make of the Bill Belichick to North Carolina? I know that we were talking about that a little bit last week, and the fact that it hasn't gone away by now it's a little bit fascinating to me.
Well, I think if it was actually real, then it would already be done. That's my stance.
You want to hear what he had to say? This was him on the Pat McAfee show yesterday, when he was asked, obviously, about his ties to North Carolina, interviewing and going through a college football hiring process as a potential head coaching candidate.
Let me put this in capital letters. If.
Yeah.
If I was in a college program, the college program would be a pipeline to the NFL for the players that had the ability to play in the NFL. It would be a professional program, training, nutrition, scheme, coaching, techniques that would transfer to the NFL. It would be an NFL program at a college level and an education that would get the players ready for their career after football, whether that was the end of their college career or at the end of their pro career. But it would be geared toward developing the player, time management, discipline, structure, and all that would be life skills, regardless of whether they're in the NFL or in somewhere in business. And I feel very confident that I have the contacts in the National Football League to pave the way for those players that would have the ability to have the opportunity to compete in the National Football League. Whether they're good enough or not, I don't know, but they would be ready for it. I don't have any doubt about that. So, that would be the first comment that I would make relative to the structure of the program. It would be an NFL program, but not at the NFL level.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. If he's in the interview talking to the athletic director at North Carolina and going through this interview process, everything you just said is a home run.
If that's the sales pitch, and if Bill Belichick means it, North Carolina would be saying, yep, we'll take that right now, immediately. What is the price tag? We'll pay it.
The Cowboys job opening up.
I mean, that's
the price tag.
That's the thing. If Bill Belichick actually wanted to do that, and I think we all know there's tons of reporting going back to last year and the Falcons job, that it is paramount to Bill Belichick and his legacy that he wants to break the all-time NFL coaching wins record. Well, you can't do that if you're at North Carolina.
What if you're running a pro NFL program?
Just because you're running a professional program and training professionals does not mean that it counts towards the NFL win record. And that's a pretty big hurdle because I think he's going to have options for NFL jobs. And North Carolina can't wait forever. They are going to need to know, and maybe I'll be proven wrong about this. I don't believe that Bill Belichick wants the North Carolina job. And I think some of the things that he talked about with, well, you have to guarantee that my son is going to replace me. That's sort of like, hey, here's this poison pill. Would you swallow it? Like, why on earth would a college football program agree to that for this person who is not qualified to get the job on their own?
You can always go back on your promises.
Yeah, maybe you can. I don't know that's the greatest look. And some contracts are pretty airtight. And if that's something that he wants put in there, might be difficult to escape it. but I just don't believe that it's real. I think it is a leverage play, and the more that you keep hearing people say, oh, no, it's not leverage. He really wants it. The less I believe it. Like, you shouldn't have to go out and say, no, he wants this job.
I'm very much looking.
If he wants it, they would give it to him right now. He would take it.
I'm very much looking forward to Tennessee coming into the Horseshoe, as I know you are too. We'll get into that next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching some slowdowns on the southeast side on I-270 northbound. The right 2 lanes are blocked off right near the 270-33 split, and we've got some backups trickling to Alum Creek Drive. Watch for that on the southeast side. And then on the north side of town near Dublin, the right shoulder blocked off on I-270 eastbound just as you're passing Sawmill Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Streaming December 19th.
Something really terrible has been happening to all the people I've had sex with. They're kind of dying.
It's a love story with a body count, starring Stephanie Hsu and Zasha Mamet.
Dating is already impossible, and now people are dying. It's like, can you? I cannot.
Blade, a new comedy series, streaming December 19th, only on Peacock.
I think I have to warn them. I was hoping you'd say that. Roll on some deodorant and we'll head out.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Hey, Aaron, did you know I invented one of the most important things in the whole toilet industry?
You did? What was it?
I invented jiggling the handle.
You did that? Doesn't everybody just...
Think back to the first time you jiggled the handle on a toilet that wouldn't stop running. It was because somebody shouted, "Jiggle the handle."
I guess now that I think about it.
Well, that person was told by somebody, and that somebody was told by somebody, and it all traces back to me.
Get Eco.
ECO.
So, as oppressive as that is, Jerry, you know people could just get Eco to come and fix their toilet so it doesn't run on.
That would also work, I guess.
Get Eco.
ECO.
And once we fix it, it's fixed. You don't have to jiggle the handle next time.
No, you're right. That is better.
Although we should keep passing your wisdom along, in case it happens at somebody else's house.
Thanks, Aaron.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
'Tis the season to raise a little Cane with Raising Cane's. Spread joy with craveable chicken finger meals and treat everyone on your nice list to a Cane's gift card or our beanies, socks, mugs, and more. Happy holidays from Raising Cane's. One love.
Would you believe that giraffes are 30 times more likely to get hit by lightning than people? Or that a single cloud can weigh 550 tons or more? Sounds fake, right? How about an insurance company that actually treats you right? Sounds unbelievable, but it's true. NJM Insurance is proud to put policyholders first. And they don't use jingles or mascots either. Don't believe me? Well, guess what? Everything in this commercial is true and approved by the legal department. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit njm.com for a quote.
You might not consider yourself a tech expert, but that doesn't mean you can't protect yourself from online scammers with a little help from McAfee Total Protection. Whether it's a fake missed delivery text or an urgent bank alert, these scams can look incredibly convincing. That's where McAfee Total Protection steps in. So go ahead, manage your finances and shop online. McAfee will help keep your device's privacy and identity safer. Visit McAfee.com/online protection today to get award-winning online protection for just $39.99 your first year. That's McAfee.com/online protection. Cancel anytime. Terms apply.
If you have an unhealthy obsession with the Blue Jackets, we have just the remedy. Join us Wednesday nights at 7 for the Inside Edge. All the Jackets and hockey conversation you can handle. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
If a friend asks how you're doing, and you say,
I'm okay.
When the truth is,
I don't want my problems to burden anyone.
Or you say,
hang it in there.
Because
if I ask for help, they'll just think I'm weak.
Then this is your sign to call, text, or chat 988 for free, confidential support. Anytime. You don't have to hide how you feel.
Hey folks, it's game day and the betting's gonna be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right, you gotta pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A little bit of patchy fog this morning. Temperatures in the mid-40s will reach near 50 for the high today as rain chances increase heading toward the afternoon. Temperatures will start to fall tonight, dropping into the 30s for highs tomorrow as rain mixes with snow overnight. A little bit of light snow will remain possible into Wednesday, though impact should be minimal. Bitterly cold air and wind chills below 0 by Thursday. That's your latest 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Counting down the days until Shark's retirement. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Coming up here 8:30 this morning, Uncle Beau Bishop, he's going to join the program. As for right now, though, let's head to the Rooster. It is an appetizer Tuesday, which means only one thing.
Baby.
It's an appetizer Thursday over at Roosters. And now we're going to give you a chance to win a $50 gift card to our good friends over at Roosters if and only if you get the answer to That's What He Said. 614-821-9710. That's the phone number. Get the answer to Shark. You're walking away with a $50 gift card to Roosters. By the way, you buy a $50 Roosters gift card right now, well, you're going to get a $10 worth of Roosters bucks.
You get to give and receive.
That's correct. And the featured appetizer today on Appetizer Thursday is
fried mushrooms.
Try all the sauces, says Austin, with the fried mushrooms. 614-821-9710. That's the phone number. You get into Shark, walking away with a $50 gift card to Roosters. What was the craziest night of Austin Ward's journalism career? 614-821-9710. Get that into Shark. You're walking away with that $50 Roosters gift card, which is basically good as gold. I tell you what, I enjoyed the hell out of that story in the 6 o'clock hour.
I'm glad I got to tell it.
And if you missed it in the 6 o'clock hour, go back and listen to it. It was at 6:30. You can always find it on the YouTube show or on the podcast. You can go back, take a listen. It was fantastic. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
I think at one point, I don't remember who, maybe it was like CBSSports.com or something like that. They did an oral history of that night, and they did not reach out to me. And I remember reading it and like,
this isn't correct.
There's a lot of things in here that are missing. A lot. I guess it's because I've been removed from Knoxville now for a dozen years that I don't come immediately to mind. That which I'm glad for. 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, we got so right in that process of ESPN saying, would you like to keep covering Tennessee or perhaps Ohio State? And I was like, yeah, I'll Columbus immediately. Give me out up there. Bringing Allie home to the family and all the rest of that. It's crazy how life works out. But yeah, that was, right after spring ball in 2012 and when Urban arrived here and to get the ground running. So it's been 12 years, 13 seasons. And we've only been back down to Knoxville 3 or 4 times. I mean, it's still a awesome place. It's a great college town. The passion of the fan base is great, but I definitely do not miss covering that program.
I'm excited to bring them up here.
I mean, it's great people, and I think, people are going to get tired of, I'm sure that the band will be here, so Rocky Top will be played a lot. Pressure will be on Jim Knowles to make sure that there aren't a string of first downs because they'll play it every single time that they get a first down. So make sure that silver bullets are on point so that you only have to hear it maybe 10 to 15 times instead of 75, because the more you hear it, the more painful it could be in the
Good
horseshoe.
run game, Tennessee. Really strong run game. I know that Nico Iamaleava gets a lot of the credit, and he is a fantastic player, but they lean on that run game a lot.
They've had to, because Nico has struggled a little bit throwing the football, and it has not been the explosive Josh Heupel, stretch the field, 4 verts attack from the last couple of years. They're doing it very differently.
They can still rip the top off the defense.
Yeah, I think, look, we'll get into that as we get closer, but to me, watching Tennessee and seeing some of the growing pains with Nico is a reminder that maybe paying $8 million up front for a quarterback that you are then forced to play is not the smartest path forward.
How does 12 sound?
Worse. But good luck.
Yeah.
I don't hope it works out, but a strange strategy because it's sort of like what you're going through with the Bears and Caleb Williams. Like if you have that number one pick and you're invested, like you need them to be on the field, and that has trickled down to college football. And I don't think that is. You see this with top picks that get wrecked. They're not ready for the pressure, and they don't develop at the same rate. And like you rush, microwave the process. That shouldn't be happening to college football quarterbacks. And I don't know that will happen. I mean, maybe Nico will overcome all that. Maybe that won't happen to Bryce Underwood. I don't know. I think that some of the process for Quinn Ewers was stunted and stop-start, and he has not fulfilled the potential of everyone that expected that. Because you're not ready to do that as a true freshman. It's very rare to have someone like Trevor Lawrence doing that almost immediately.
It's incredibly difficult.
And it's just not, I don't think it's fair to them, and I don't think it's a wise investment for, the Haslams haven't been known to spend their money all that wisely at quarterback, but that fact that it's still happening and now happening to college football quarterbacks, I think
it's crazy to do it in the NFL at the rate that we do it at, honestly.
I know, that's what makes it even worse if you're talking about an 18-year-old. But we'll see. Maybe he'll prove all of that wrong and he'll have a great game in the horseshoe. I'm not expecting it, and I'm not going to bet on it.
Congratulations to John from Westerville Jefferson. Is he from West Jefferson or Westerville, Shark? Your text message says Westerville Jefferson. I can't hear you. I can't. Turn on your microphone.
West Jeff.
Okay, it says Westerville Jefferson.
Come on, autocorrect.
Well, yeah, that's what it was. When I typed in West, obviously it took it as something else.
John from West Jeff. He's the winner of the $50 Roosters gift card. The craziest night of your career is the night that Lane Kiffin left Knoxville to go to USC. I guess the next morning.
Well, the decision was made around 8:30 in the evening, and then everything escalated from there. And I was at my house back for 4 hours before I returned to the facility. But I didn't sleep
hanging out on the practice field at the Tennessee facility for longer than you were at your house.
Yeah, and I was rarely at my house for the ensuing 72 hours until Derek Dooley was introduced on a Friday, and everyone was so excited because he gets Tennessee. He talked about orange britches in the press conference, and oh my gosh, they fell in love with him. This guy, he comes from SEC royalty. Vince Dooley's son is coming to Knoxville. Oh my gosh. He's got a law degree. Woo, buddy. This is going to save Tennessee football.
How'd he do?
Well, he went 6-6, and then he went 5-7, and then in 2012, during the bye week, Ohio State's bye week, we did go down for Tennessee, Missouri. And we stayed with one of my good friends, John Bryce, and his now wife. Had a lovely weekend down there. Went to Calhoun's, did the full experience.
Is that a bar?
Yeah, Calhoun's barbecue and brewery down there, right on the river. Had the pulled pork, potato skins, my favorite non-Roosters appetizer that has ever existed. Love it. Love Calhoun's. Again, I love Knoxville. I just got worn out by covering the Vols. It is an absolute grind. But we did the full thing. Made sure Allie had boots. I wore boots. Jess wore boots, and there were plenty of airplane bottles in our boots. So that was the only time that I was in the stands at Neyland, and then I went down to the tunnel because I knew where they were leaving. It went to overtime, and I'm fascinated by it. So I'm yelling at the media members. I'm yelling at John, and Derek Dooley comes over there, and it's like, yeah, you're fired, buddy. Yeah. You're out of here. This did not work out.
See you later, pal.
And John, though, my friend, he's working, and Derek Dooley is about to be fired. He's quite annoyed because of the airplane bottles and the full experience that we had. He's working and very stressed. And we're just like, all right, well, we're going to go back to Calhoun's. We'll see you there. And he's like, you guys are the worst.
You got a long night in store for you, pal.
Yeah. He's like, I've been there. I knew what they were going through.
What'd you what'd you wear? You wear a golf shirt?
I don't know. No, I wore a VolQuest hoodie. Nice. There's the rival site that my buddy worked for.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not wearing a Tennessee shirt, but I'm going to support the media I did.
When we were down in New Orleans for the Sugar Bowl against Alabama back in 2014, we met this nice chap from Alabama. His name was Scotch. And we were down on Bourbon Street talking to him. Very nice lad. was actually scared of Ohio State. Was the only Alabama fan we talked to that thought that they weren't going to get Alabama wasn't going to win. Yeah, he was nervous, and he goes, "I gotta be honest with you though, y'all look like a bunch of homeless people the way you dress for games." I'm like, you're in Croakies and boat shoes.
That's true.
Nice pants, a sport coat.
Yeah,
like we're just sitting there hanging out in shorts and a t-shirt.
They don't wear as many replica jerseys in the SEC stadiums as they do in the Big Ten.
No,
and there's a lot fewer overalls.
There's a lot more collars as well.
Some overalls, but not as many overalls.
Uncle Beau Bishop, he's going to join the program. We're going to talk some Browns and some Buckeyes with him. Coming up in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and happy Tuesday. Right now we are still watching crews blocking the right lane at the 270-33 split on the southeast side. Expect some slowdowns going northbound on 270. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Hey folks, when it comes to Christmas trees, don't get played by foreign plastic. Just like you wouldn't replace a prize QB with a mannequin. Don't replace American farm fresh trees with fake foreign plastic. These farm families are the MVPs of Christmas, growing champions right here on American soil. They're not sitting on the bench. They're out there every day growing real Christmas traditions. Make the winning choice, farm fresh Christmas trees, not foreign plastic that pollutes. Visit GetRealKeepItReal.com to find your local farm MVP.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's majestic golden eagles and other less majestic birds taunting you to the baseball-sized hole in your new windows. It's soaring guitar solos performed through faulty wiring in your garage, which subsequently erupts into flames. It's also round-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
The holidays are happening at Diamonds Direct. Still rushing to finish your holiday shopping? Don't worry, we've got you covered. This weekend only, it's our last chance sale with 20% off virtually everything. Earrings, bracelets, pendants, and more. Plus special financing options up to 5 years. But don't wait, this is your final opportunity to find the perfect gift at the best value before the holidays. Plus special designer appearances. Visit us during extended holiday hours or shop online and pick up in store. Our 20% off last chance sale ends Sunday. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. You're listening to Rob Manfred's least favorite radio show. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, the good news is when we had Jensen on in the 7 o'clock hour, he said that golden at-bat rule is not going to come to fruition, which is great.
Thank goodness.
So, Shark, just...
But the golden snitch, they are going to have that,
Yeah,
right?
that's a great idea. So just chill out with the Rob Manfred is ruining baseball talk already. He's only made like 19 rule changes in the past 10 years.
Beau knows bourbon. Beau knows fashion. Beau knows horseback riding. But most importantly, Beau knows Browns.
Sponsored by High Bank Distillery, home of the best blended whiskey in America. Grab a bottle or dine in at their 3 restaurant locations, Grandview, Gahanna, and now in Westerville. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
What's going on, Unc? Happy Tuesday.
Hey, baby. Where's it? This month is just trickling away, boys.
It's gone. It's gone.
We're like 2 weeks from St. Nick, and
yeah, that's what Shark said this morning, that he's going to be delivering presents in 2 weeks.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
How can that be?
I don't know. I heard you guys talking earlier too when I was dropping off NBC at school.
Way to get out of your silo.
It's every morning I listen, and I was very proud because we actually had at the middle school today we had a true zipper merge, which is everything I've ever wanted.
Oh, yeah.
A true understanding of you go, I go, you go, I go, you. It was amazing. Like after years of just staring at each other, are you going or am I? Is this line going to turn in? We finally had a full zipper merge. I wanted to just stop the day and just say it's all downhill. Start drinking. It's all downhill from here. A complete zipper merge at a middle school drop off is unheard of.
It's the little things in life, Beau.
It really is.
Yeah, it was so efficient. I mean, just so easy. Just it's your turn, then it's yours.
God, I get on 315 North every day, like from right here, and it's just nobody knows how to let people merge, or nobody knows how to merge. You're entering a highway. You have to be going more than 22 miles an hour on the entry ramp.
You just close your eyes and go.
That's basically how we work.
That's how they do it. That's
Or
exactly right.
you just close your eyes and look at your phone at the same time and do it.
You never see that, really, do you? Never see anybody looking at a phone.
I
while
never
driving
see
78
anybody
miles an
just
hour.
driving. Nobody is just driving anymore.
No, nobody.
It's a good thing though that you've got the awareness. You're looking at everybody else. Hey, are you looking at your phone? No, you're driving. Okay, that's good.
I'm like Prime Pirlo when I'm driving, man. I'm scanning the field. Just something coming up 100 yards away. Like, I got it. It's over there.
I got it.
Pay
It's on
full
it, yeah.
attention to it. What'd you make of the college football playoffs? I love that. I mean, we're bringing Rocky Top up here to the horseshoe. It's great. It's going to be terrific.
I mean, I think that I believe I had that on a lot of things. I'm sure you guys did too. But like the idea that them having that ridiculous weekly television show and painting themselves into a corner, just nonsense. I mean, just utter nonsense. And like results matter except when they don't. Schedule matters except when they don't. Sometimes it's good wins. Sometimes it's bad losses. Just utter nonsense. It's stupefying to me that Penn State got that path. I mean, we beat them a month ago. Like, what are we doing? We all watched the game. It was over
And then
there.
Oregon got the path that they got.
And Oregon's path is brutal. Like Oregon would swap with Georgia tomorrow and say, give me that. I'll take that down there. Or give me Boise State's path or Arizona State. Why am I playing the Buckeyes or Tennessee in the second round? Like, what are we doing? And it was not lost on me that the four most talented rosters at the start of the year were Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, and Georgia. And to win a national title, you're probably going to have to beat all four. And that's pretty wild. So that was a lot for me to try to wrap my head around on a Sunday in between coaching youth basketball.
That and like, because I spent like, everybody else hours on Sunday saying, how did this happen? This format is ridiculous. We've been talking about the format being bad for months. So that part wasn't new, but then it's actually, here it is. It's reality. And you have Arizona State and Boise State getting this and like people wrapping their heads around that for the first time. Like I spent that all day Sunday and complained, but once it's set, it's set. And I think you do look at the matchups, Beau, for Friday and next Saturday, like, okay, that's going to be fun once we get to that.
Yeah, I'm going to lead my show with a little bit very similar to that tone, my friend, and just in the notion of, okay, we got it out of our system, and now the idea here is, are you entertained? And my guess is you will be very entertained by a lot of these matchups. And, it kind of sets up like a normal college football Saturday the next couple of times that these teams play, both next week and the first round and the next week, where there's some snoozers, and then there's going to be some monster games. Like the Buckeyes are going to be playing in prime time the rest of the way. I mean, the Rose Bowl isn't, but that's a prime time venue. But the matchups are going to be the prime matchups. Like if you want college game day, I don't know, Big Noon's going to participate or whatever, but they're going to be at your sites. That's a lock that's the way it's going to go. So you're going to have the eyes of the world on you for the next month of the college football world at least, and that part's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, how long have all of us wanted? I mean, how many times, like if we don't open up phone lines, I know you guys don't either, but like if you did in the old days and you take calls and you said, what would you most want to see Ohio State play? They would say SEC team in the cold.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you get that. Yeah, you got it.
You're going to get that in a week from Saturday. You're going to get it.
Are you guys doing, I need to be careful how I phrase this. Are the elves running wild on your shows?
Yeah. I mean, he's got, here's the deal with this guy. With Ernie. So in the beginning, pretty innocent little elf cruising in, doing some work. Fine. It's all good. And then I noticed as the years stack, his personal wealth must have also stacked. Because
rate a dragon keep?
The amount of accessories. A couple of years ago, he showed up with a reindeer and a St. Bernard.
Nice.
We're also with him. Last year, he showed up with a bunch of snowballs. And then this year he showed up in like a balloon, like, kind of like the Wizard of Oz, like hot air balloon thing he showed up in. And I just thought, boy, this guy's got a hell of a bankroll that he can, like, when I see him, he just is sitting there.
He's stealing from you during the night.
Kind of what I feel like. Yeah. And I actually talked to his banker, who I have a feeling I know very well. And I said, where is he getting all this stuff? And I was told by the banker, who I have a feeling I know decently, that I should just mind my own business.
Oh,
so
really?
And I said, well, it kind of is mine business because I invest in the bank, as it were. So, it's a scene, man. Is Billy the Kid into it?
The elf has not made an appearance. We're actually overrun by gnomes at the minute.
Oh, that's
so
right. Got the gnome.
Yeah,
what's he going to do with an elf?
I don't know. It's a really good question. He can't delineate the difference between an elf and a gnome right now. So everything is a gnome. Like we'll pass an elf on the street, like as a house decoration.
Yeah.
And he'll go up to him and be like, gnome. And we're like, yep, that's, they're akin, I think,
Close
in gnome
enough.
or elf lore. I think there's some sort of long lost distant cousin. So I don't know. We're trying to have some sort of seance or something to protect our house from gnome overtaking it or elf overtaking it. But I'm not sure. I don't know how that's going to work in the future.
Time. Yeah, just watch out. As the years stack, he tends to get outfit changes. The bankroll really improves. I don't know if he's investing well. I don't know what it is.
I'll tell you what the best thing is. So we took him. He's watched a lot of Buckeye games over the course of time of his life. Unfortunately, he is 0-2 against Michigan, which that's not a good way to kick off things.
Oh.
But we took him to the Buckeye basketball game, a couple of weeks ago. And they were playing Campbell, and he swindled me into getting him a Brutus doll, which is fine. You want him to have Brutus there, so he loves Brutus. And now every time that there is a football game on, a basketball game on, soccer game on, whatever's on the TV, he just looks at me and goes, Buckeyes!
That's awesome.
Like, yep, that's
Sounds
right.
like Schlegs.
Yeah, whatever's
That's
on,
right,
doesn't matter. And then he just goes, touchdown! Yeah, that's all.
awesome.
That's all you need to know. Buckeyes and touchdown. So I think we may be dropping the gnome phase for Brutus phase, which I'm cool with.
I think Brutus can do the same job.
I think he could do a better job.
Yeah. I had Bootsy is obsessed with stuffed animals and then stuffed animals in the human form. So Brutus, like the dog that the Browns have, whatever that thing is. And so like
what about the elf?
No, I don't think he's crazy about that guy. He likes the dog. They got the dog that they run around with, and he loves Brutus. So like when we went to the Nebraska game, like that's all he cared about was where is Brutus. And when he finally met Brutus last year at the basketball game, when he met him, like he like cried.
It's
like he was
stage
so
fright.
emotional.
Yeah.
No, emotional.
Whoa.
Like it meant that much to him to like hug him. He like hugged Brutus and he started crying. He will also cry if you ask him about, as he calls it, Michigan, because he does not recall a win over Michigan. Yeah. That's his operation. So both things make him cry, one positively, one negatively.
It's a rough go for the Bishop children, for Billy the Kid over here.
Oh, buddy.
Liberty getting into it. I mean,
I have no point of reference.
We got to get this thing turned around for the kids. We got to do it for the kids.
Beamsy said to me yesterday on the way to school, Dad, just in the most random time, he goes, "Do you think we'll ever beat Michigan?" I don't know, man.
It's a tough answer.
It's been a long time.
It's a tough question. Why are you asking me that?
All we knew was winning.
In the morning.
For years, all we knew was winning. I can't tell you. I hope at some point it changes.
Uncle, always appreciate the time. Thanks for popping on with us. Have a great show today, all right?
All right, boys. Take care.
There he goes. Uncle Beau Bishop with us at this time every single Tuesday. I mess that up every week.
That's 2 in a row for sure.
It's a tongue twister. I can't do it. We're going to reveal our fan poll next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are watching crews blocking the intersection of Hague and Fisher because of a crash. Other than that, the rest of your Central Ohio interstates moving along just fine. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with Hank and Sam from the Ford crew. Today, a new shipment of inventory.
Hank, what's going on?
Another hauler full of new Ford trucks and SUVs, Sam.
So much SUV capability. Is that?
Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 47 years. And a big selection means...
Big savings?
Yep, which means...
It's the best time to buy?
Well done, Sam. And time for America to get holiday ready with Ford.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY Industry reported total sales.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way. Give Bath Us a ring. Call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait for spring to get your bathroom right. Bath Us, your dream bath's on the way. Oh, you'll love to design the bath of your dreams today. Happy holidays from Bath Us.
Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com.
Football is built on tradition, and so is the Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With a lifetime powertrain warranty on every vehicle purchase, you know you're getting a relationship that's built to last. Need service? Our Car Convenience service takes care of everything. from picking up your vehicle to dropping it off when it's done, leaving you with a rental car in between. And with 4 dealerships and a collision center, Hinderer Motor Company is your one-stop shop for all things automotive. Visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and you know what? I just found out that Daisy Sour Cream, the company that makes the awesome jingles and the sour cream, they just launched French onion and ranch sour cream dips. You know, I love dips, and these new dips from Daisy Sour Cream, they're a total game changer. They taste just as good as if they were homemade, if not better, because you don't have to clean up the mess you made in your kitchen. They're made with Daisy Sour Cream, real herbs, real spices, and the new dips from Daisy are made with ingredients you can find in your own kitchen. Nothing more. How about that? Try them with your favorite chips, veggies, other foods, maybe even your own hands. They're that delicious.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community. Except Beau Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station. Except Beau. The Fan.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BIKE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BIKE to 321-321. That's BIKE to 321-321.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
If this show made a scented candle, it would smell like bad coffee, unwashed jockstrap, and grass clippings.
I wasn't sure how you take your coffee.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
So, mouth or enema?
Hey, you can make your first NBA bet a swish.
I like Bank Shot.
Or Bank Shot with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. We'll run that up the flagpole. FanDuel's got all your favorite bets from who's going to win the game, how many points a player's going to score. Plus, you can check out newer bets, like the number of dunks, assists, or three-pointers in the next 3 minutes. The Emirates NBA Cup, Shark. I just know you're super pumped to watch that tonight. Doesn't matter if you tap into FanDuel before the game starts, or if it's already tipped off, you can pick up a W whenever. And now's the perfect time to get on the action. 2 games tonight, 2 games tomorrow. Only one team will rule the mid-season classic.
It is the perfect time to get in on the action because right now new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if and only if your first bet wins. Just visit FanDuel.com/juice for your chance to score $150 in bonus bets. FanDuel is official sportsbook partner of the NBA. You must be 21 and older and present in Ohio. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Austin, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, so I wanted to ask Uncle Beau about this, but we ran out of time. Did you see Deshaun Watson's latest Instagram post, Shark?
I did not.
All right, so
is he in Cleveland? Where is he?
It looked like a nice picture of Lake Erie. So it was him and his fiance. Yeah, tropical this time of the year. They were sharing a beautiful pasta dinner. Looked terrific. Having a nice glass of what I can imagine was a very expensive wine, overlooking what was a large body of water. Now, they were sitting outside at a table, so I don't know if that was necessarily Lake Erie, but it seems to be that he was somewhere in Southern California hanging out during the season. Now, as a Browns fan, I don't know. That would kind of upset me a little bit. I know that he can't do anything. Yeah.
Diligently.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it better that he's not around the team?
I think that's a good point. Shout out to Phil. Following Watson on Instagram sounds not safe for work. It's probably a good call. Probably a good call.
Have you ever seen his mansion? Pictures of his mansion?
No. Should I Google it?
Google it. His
Is
house.
it in Cleveland?
Lots of Google recommendations today on the show.
His house is unbelievable. And, you know, there are many that don't think he'll ever take another snap with the Browns. He's got a mansion that he has to put on the market.
$5.4 million in Hunting Valley. Where's Hunting Valley at?
Hunting Valley is, I don't know if it's east of Cleveland or where.
I thought you said.
Hunting
I mean,
Valley.
you're the Cleveland guy on this show.
I know. I don't remember.
Hunting Valley is east of 271. It's right next to Pepper Pike. Pepper Pike.
Is it on the lake?
No.
So that picture was not at his home. From his home.
I mean,
and also almost certainly not of Lake Erie.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not Lake Erie.
Do you have the picture of his house?
I've got the photos of his house.
Isn't that amazing?
It looks so much nice mahogany in there.
Wonder if he's got his own.
He's got many leather-bound books.
Wonder if he has his own masseuse table in there.
Somewhere.
Looks
probably.
like every room has a massage table.
I think
in
everything could be converted into that. No, that's a pretty nice house.
Yeah.
It's amazing what $230 million can get you.
Well, he earned more before that deal.
Well, correct. You're right.
He's quite rich.
He's quite all right.
He did have to give a lot of that money away, though.
That's true.
Pay off those civil suits.
Well, it was just a receipt for services.
All right. That's correct. I can't believe you didn't.
There's a tax write-off.
I mean, you're the guy who is up here and championing yourself as a native son of Cleveland, Ohio.
I am not from Cleveland. I'm from Ashland.
I know,
That's
but
60
you always
miles
you
south.
say God's country is up in Cleveland, and then all of a sudden you don't know where Hunting Valley's at. That's crazy to me.
Well, it's a village.
It's actually a valley. I have heard of Pepper Pike Golf Club, though. I know that is nice up there.
Put a little pepper on it.
Yeah, I know that's a pretty nice one. Never played it before, would like to.
If somebody out there can get Beam and I on Pepper Valley?
Pepper Pike.
Pepper Pike?
Pepper Pike.
Peter Pepper.
Pick the peck of pickled peppers.
Let's get on that course.
Yeah, that's as much of a
I'll
tongue
play
twister.
today. It's beautiful out.
Is it? It looks rather foggy outside.
Let's go.
Fog never scared anybody away.
Don't turn down golf.
When we were out in Oregon, when we went to the Ohio State-Oregon game that never existed in 2020 because of COVID and then wildfires, is very foggy out there because of the smoke. And then so we went out to Bandon, which was unbelievable. Now, Bandon Dunes, if you don't know, like it's out on the West Coast. It's in Bend, Oregon is where it's at, or somewhere. It's in Bandon, Oregon, actually. And the morning that we went out there, like we had finally escaped the wildfires. And we had like an 8 o'clock tee time. We're playing that in the morning and then another course out there in the afternoon. And it was amazing because the USAM was there a couple of years later. So like I'm seeing the golf course on TV. And it was the first time I had seen the golf course, even though I had played the golf course, because I couldn't see anything in the fog. Like that marine layer just sat on top of that golf course for forever. And so I would like to actually play that golf course.
And see it?
And be able to see where the ball is going. From distant parts of the golf course, you had no idea. You would just hear, hey, I'm over here. Or, hey, I'm over there. Couldn't see anything.
Wow.
It was remarkable. I mean, green would be 100 yards in front of you. No idea where it was at.
Doesn't sound like the ideal time to see Bandon.
No, it wasn't. But then we got
play Bandon because you didn't see it.
Then we lucked out because then the next day it was real rainy. So that was fun. And then our final day, finally, it was like 70 degrees and sunny. So that was pretty good.
Well, you 1 out of 3.
We went out there.
Baseball Hall of Fame.
It was a good time. It was a good time.
I'm sure there were some beverages.
There were a few. Few consumed.
They make good craft beer out there in Oregon.
They do. I had a great time. I don't recommend, though, driving from Eugene all the way up, because we played Chambers Bay as well up in Seattle. Whatever that bridge is that they have in Portland. So I was tasked with that day. I was the driver. So I drove from Eugene, Oregon, up to Seattle, back to Eugene after we did Chambers Bay. And by the way, that Chambers Bay is the most difficult golf course to walk because you're literally just walking up a mountain, down a mountain, up a mountain, down a mountain. that's what you're doing.
You had to walk it?
Oh, there's no carts. Yeah, there's no carts.
Oh my gosh, that's like playing on the moon.
It was crazy. It was crazy. It was a blast, but it was crazy. But they got one bridge in Portland, and I don't know what it is, and I've never been a nervous driver. We're driving across that bridge, man. I'm white knuckling. The weather's fine. There's no wind, but the guardrails didn't seem to exist, and I could see down into the sound. And I'm like, we're going to fall off this bridge and die at any second.
It's a ways down there.
Yeah. Did you go over? I know you stayed.
Oh yeah.
I know you stayed out there
a couple times, and I'm not really in a hurry to go back.
No,
I could do without it.
Okay.
The logistics of covering a game at Eugene, quite bad.
Just stay in Eugene next time.
Yeah, I'll try.
That sounds pretty easy.
Yeah. Maybe if I book it 4 years in advance, I'll be able to get in.
I think you'll be able to go.
Maybe that way I can get a seat in the press box.
We're sticking you up top. You don't belong in the press box.
That's,
what do you got on the docket today? What are you up to?
True. I don't want to jinx it, but it's, Ohio State has been back to practice, but we're not having a normal Tuesday press conference with Ryan Day. Not expected to get the players as they go through finals and everything this week and turn their attention towards the college football playoff. So, outside of the normal podcast daily recording later on with Bill and Berm, should be a relatively quiet Tuesday. You trade a Sunday work day for a Tuesday work day, and that's just fine with me. That'll be all right because Liberty's at school, so maybe relax a little bit and we'll see.
Nap?
See what the day takes us. I think there's a good chance of a nap because everything is out of whack for me once I get up to the 5 a.m. wake-up call for the Juice, which is coming again bright and early tomorrow.
Yes, it is. Don't have to stay up for Monday Night Football tonight, though.
That will help. But, Liberty will still want to watch NXT, so, that takes us up to 10. That's a late night for me.
I watched a Christmas movie tonight. We watched 4 Christmases a couple of nights ago. It's great.
4 Christmases?
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one. Who's that?
It's good. It's Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon.
Okay.
And John Favreau and Tim McGraw, I think, is in it.
Tim McGraw?
He makes a cameo. There's a lot of people you would recognize.
Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. That must be like a 2004 movie.
Maybe a little bit later, but
okay.
Yeah, it's good. You would like it. And it resembles me because I have a split family, so that's my Christmas.
You relate to that?
I relate to that a lot. Before we get out of here today, our fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. Who would get your vote for the Heisman Trophy? Cameron Ward, Miami. Ashton Genty, Boise State. Dylan Gabriel, Oregon. Or Travis Hunter, Colorado. Surprise of the century. 67% of the votes going to Ashton Genty.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. Who would you vote for, Shark?
I'd vote for Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
He's very unique.
I think both of them have unbelievable cases to win it.
Yeah.
I would slight edge to Travis Hunter.
They try to compare him to Charles Woodson, and it's not even a comparison. Woodson took a few snaps every game offensively. He's playing 90 snaps a game. He was Defensive Player of the Year in the Big 12 and all Big 12 on offense.
He's special.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stuff, like we talked about that in the offseason with how much could Caleb Downs play? Would that help his Heisman campaign if he got to touch it a couple times and be used as a running back? Like, that's not what Colorado, I don't have to explain that to anyone here who's watched him. Like, that is a full-time two-way player. That was not what Charles Woodson was.
Austin had so much fun today. What do you say? We reconvene and do this whole thing again tomorrow at 6 a.m. if they allow us. You good with that?
If they don't stop me, I'll be here.
Everybody have an awesome day. Uncle Beau and the boys are up next. We're back live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to break everything down. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching crews blocking the intersection of Hague and Fisher due to a crash, but your interstate's moving along just fine this morning. Seeing busy traffic on 270 on the southeast side and on 33 out in Plain City. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
This is a Fan Action Update.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com. Use the promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100. Conference championship odds before the season. Arizona State was 100-1 to win the Big 12. That was the only huge surprise. The Ohio Bobcats were 14-1 to win the MAC. Oregon 2-1 to win the Big 10. And Georgia plus 180 to win the SEC preseason. For your Prime Sports Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Getting the cold shoulder? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
The holidays are happening at Diamonds Direct. Still rushing to finish your holiday shopping? Don't worry, we've got you covered. This weekend only, it's our last chance sale with 20% off virtually everything. Earrings, bracelets, pendants, and more. Plus special financing options up to 5 years. But don't wait, this is your final opportunity to find the perfect gift at the best value before the holidays. Plus special designer appearances. Visit us during extended holiday hours or shop online and pick up in store. Our 20% off last chance sale ends Sunday. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com.
Ready to take on the open road? Bobby Carpenter here. Get behind the wheel of power and reliability at Germain Toyota. Right now, drive off in a 2024 Tacoma SR 4x4 for just $329 a month. That's 39 months with 10,000 miles per year. Only $32.99 due at signing. Or step up to the rugged 2024 Tundra SR5 4x4 for just $399 a month with $39.99 due at signing. Both built tough, built to last. Hurry into Germain Toyota where adventure begins. Offers end soon. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road and online at germaintoyota.net. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Make the most of your holidays with the Kroger app. You can enjoy over $600 in digital coupons every week. Get access to low prices and earn fuel points to save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. The Kroger app makes it easy to save this holiday season. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save on private selection Angus 90% lean ground sirloin. 1 pound packages are $5.99 each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Better is around the corner in 2025. Feeling better, getting rid of joint pain once and for all. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. QC Kinetics patients are able to walk up and down the stairs like my dad, tailgate with their friends. They can finally sleep without pain waking them up. That aching, they can feel normal again. That can be you. 2025 can look very different than what the past years have looked. So call QC Kinetics and say goodbye to the shoulder, the knee, the hip, the back, whatever's aching you. QC Kinetics and Dr. Ray Tesser and his team, they're waiting for your call with the treatments right in the office with no downtime, no drugs, no surgeries. Their advanced protocols in regenerative medicine have helped tens of thousands of people get lasting relief. No steroid shots. And if you've been told surgery is your only option, well, check out a second opinion and go check out QC Kinetics. The consultation is free. Go to QC Kinetics/Columbus, or even better yet, call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544 with offices in Dublin and Gahanna.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's. That means it's time to save big on your next job. Right now, get your choice of 5-gallon pails of Valspar Signature Ceiling Paint or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Flat Ceiling Paint for just $148. Plus, get it delivered to your job site with free same-day delivery when you order by 2 p.m. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
FX's Say Nothing.
We thought joining the IRA was the noblest thing a person could do.
Northern Ireland, 1971.
They could beat us, they could shoot us, but the one thing they could never get us to do was talk.
Based on the true story and the New York Times bestseller.
You were taught that you were fighting in the name of the people. And I think people should know that it's all lies.
FX's Say Nothing.